Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? Coming and sitting down because today we're looking into the odd and disgusting world of storage units. Is stuff starting to pile up in your house? Are you running out of room? Are friends and family starting to make weird comments about your life choices? Fear not, friend. Because there is a simple solution that may only cost you roughly $20 a month, allowing you to relocate your hoard of filth elsewhere. So first off, love Storage Wars. Fake TV show, love it. Love Storage Wars. But then I've been seeing all kinds of videos online of verticals of people like, they find tons of money. It's all fake. I mean, don't get me wrong, I bet you there are storage units where people find some crazy shit, but I want to know, what's some real crazy shit someone's found? I want some disgusting, depraved stuff. And that's what we're going to dive into today, all right? Storage units are a great solution for those with too many possessions. The services range from small rooms to large garages, and these labyrinths are found worldwide and hold all sorts of strange items. However, these large steel buildings are not as safe as you may think. From burglaries to insane tenants and even murder, storage facilities are the Wild West of urban cities with chaos hiding behind every turn. So grab your padlocks and steel boots as we get ready to lift the door on the strange ongoings of storage units. I lived in a storage unit for 2 months.
How was it?
Horrible.
Oh.
It's horrible. It's hot. There's no power really.
Did you crank the door open a little bit? No.
I was too afraid. Just lock it. I had like a little heater in there and doesn't matter. Don't even know that about my life. If you've ever watched shows like Storage Wars, which was one of the most popular shows of the 2010s, it goes without saying that there are all sorts of crazy things to be discovered in storage units. Storage Wars followed a competitive group of buyers traveling from auction to auction, trying to see who could make the most money with the units they purchased, right? $500, sold to the guy for $500. Now I need to make $500 plus more money for profit. That's the show. That's every episode. And there's some bickering here and there. It's trash television. It's also all completely fake. It doesn't matter. Still, eat it up all day. Love that shit. That's what I do. I watch, Storage Wars on. That's what I do. Over the years, some of the people on the show have found insane things like rare art collections and priceless vehicles. And although this might look impressive, they pale in comparison to some of the stuff we are going to talk about today. Starting in 2018, a man who bought a unit for $500 and was so excited about what he found that he approached Storage Wars auctioneers Dan Dotson to spread the word. Inside the unit was a lock safe and took multiple attempts and 2 different locksmiths before the code was finally cracked. When they opened the safe, they were greeted with $7.5 million in cold, hard cash. I'd come. I'm not even joking. I would be leaking. I'd be oozing the honey. The maple is going down the tree. You know what I mean? It would be a beehive in my pants, is what I'm saying. Sticky. News of the discovery made it back to the original owners of the unit. Realizing their money had just been sold for less than 1% of its worth, they contacted the buyer with a lawyer offering $600,000 for the unit and the money. No. After intense back and forth, both parties settled on a reward of $1.2 million and the owner received their money back in full. You still got $1 million out of it. But I would have been like, I'm not fucking giving you shit. That's also why you lie. You lie and say, I found $3 million in a deal. I'm not going to tell people about the other $4.5 million. Come on.
So wait, also, is this the owner of the original storage unit or the...
This is the owner of that's like his unit. That's his money. So he's like, wait, what? Because he's probably like, I forgot about it. It's in there. No one will ever find it. Well, how do you not pay it? I don't know. But it's suspicious in my opinion. This is I feel like a lot of dubious activities, dude. How do we know it's real? That's the thing now. You can't trust anything. If anything, now I'm like, it's just a headline to get some good press. Many believe that the cash was unmarked and was being held in a locker to avoid the law. Storage lockers are typically used for non-perishable items, and while some are climate controlled, it's never a good idea to store food inside. During a routine lock check, a manager began to smell a funky, sweet smell emanating from a nearby locker. When they opened the door, they found 4 large 55-gallon drums. They slowly opened the barrels and found that inside the unit was over 200 gallons of maple syrup. Oh man. Can you imagine that? We gotta keep those. Relieved that it wasn't anything serious, they contacted the owner and asked why they were storing so much liquid inside the facility. The owner said nothing. The manager didn't remove the syrup, but did notice that bugs and other vermin were starting to hoard around the locker.
I think they stole the syrup. I think it was a little syrup thief.
So you think that these are people that like, they went to the Aunt Jemima factory.
Yeah.
Does syrup go bad?
I don't think it does.
I think about it. I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen bad syrup. Editor note: can syrup go bad? Editor, also, sorry, do some math. Aunt Jemima is how big? So if there's that many 55-gallon barrels, how much maple syrup is that? And is it worth the headache?
I feel like that's like $400,000 worth of maple syrup.
There's no way it's that much money. I'm gonna guess it's maybe a little over $1,000 worth of maple syrup. Like not enough to me. I'd like to have to carry the barrels in there. There's no way it's worth it.
Oh, did we say 455? I was thinking like 55 gallons.
Even then, you think that's $400,000 worth of condiments? It's a condiment at the end of the day. I love how high you price maple syrup, dude. A lot of storage facilities act as graveyards for deceased people's stuff. Once the person is gone, their belongings can sit there for years until the container is auctioned off along with the stuff inside. One of the most common finds is war memorabilia left behind by veterans. Usually it's old medals, uniforms, and guns, but on rare occasions, it leads to live arsenals being discovered, aka they have like a fucking bomb. Out in Rockwell, Texas, bomb squads were called to a storage space containing what they were told were live military-grade munitions. When they arrived, they were greeted with boxes of hand grenades, old ammo, and even live tank rounds. That guy's just like, I want to take them. My business is not done. After safely removing all the explosives, they were taken to a nearby field and detonated. God, what a fun day. How sick would that be? Well, you got to use them. Look at your buddy. You're making my dreams come true. Oh, that's ooh.
So did they get to watch?
Yeah. The people blowing them up?
Or I meant the people who bought the storage unit.
Oh, they better. I'd be like, yeah, this is fucking bullshit. You better let me blow. I'd be like, you need to rent me a tank so I can shoot this. I feel like you can rent tanks for not that much either. There's no guns on, like they're not, but you can drive them. That's a lot of places you can do. You can like run over cars with them and stuff.
Oh, but in a location, you can't just take it to your house.
No, it's a.
Oh, okay.
No. No, the treads would tear up the road. The city would be very mad. It is unclear who the previous owner was and how they acquired such a dangerous collection.
I like to think it was a Nazi.
Why would you like to think that? Why does that like give you a smile of thinking that?
I don't know, just I don't know. I said like.
A little Freudian slip, probably. At a different facility in Pennsylvania, police removed nearly 60 homemade explosive devices. A lot of bombs in these storage. Kind of makes me want to steer clear of them. Now every time I go by a storage container, I'm gonna be like, motherfucker's getting ready to blow.
Probably statistically, there is probably one storage unit with explosives in every single.
I would say, yeah. If there's a storage container area, there's got to be one locker that has explosives in it. That's what they have in the contract too. There are probably explosives somewhere in here. I don't know. Sign here. Investigators discovered the bombs while investigating the owner for a massive Ponzi scheme. While searching his locker in hopes of finding more evidence, investigators instead uncovered explosives. In total, police removed 60 PVC pipe bombs and over 400 cardboard explosives. Motherfucker's a Home Depot terrorist. The owner, S. von Merchenthaler, was arrested and sentenced to 11 years in prison for illegal possession of explosive and weapons.
That guy was starting a revolution.
That guy was getting ready. I'm like, some bank just got spared because that motherfucker was going in with that Office Depot fit. If you go digging through people's stuff, you were bound to find creepy items that they didn't want you to see in the light of day. In Florida, a former medical examiner's dirty secrets were aired out when he defaulted on his storage payments. Dr. Michael Birkeland, a medical examiner based out of Pensacola from 1997 to 2003, was fired for not creating proper autopsy reports. Uh-oh.
Yeah, this sounds good.
My asshole immediately did. Following his departure, he continued performing autopsies until 2007, when he stopped altogether. And in 2012, Michael's storage locker was auctioned off for $900 as he could no longer afford it. When the new owner started digging through the stuff, he found a stack of boxes in the back corner and was disgusted by what he found. Inside were organs belonging to over 100 different people. Brains, lungs, livers, and hearts were all found in formaldehyde. That would be a smell alone. When you open that store, you would have to smell it. Formaldehyde is strong.
But it should be sealed, right?
Yeah, but I would still think of, 100? I would assume that you'd be like, it smells weird in here. Which maybe all storage units have like a funk. But formaldehyde, I feel like you can smell that shit still. I feel like it would emanate a little bit of scent. Even worse, the organs were stored in basic Tupperware and double gulp cups from local gas stations.
That definitely has a smell then. I thought they were in jars.
Oh my God, not even glass jars, plastic Tupperware and big gulp cups, dude. Fucking big gulp cups. Police quickly tracked down Dr. Birkeland and all of the organs were removed. He was charged with keeping a public nuisance, improper storage of hazardous waste, and driving with a suspended license.
Just threw that on top.
They're like, we gotta make sure we get this motherfucker. 10 families were notified of their deceased loved ones being found in the locker. Michael never faced any jail time. How? Because he posted his $10,000 bond and walked away. Posted $10,000 bond, but was unable to afford the storage. I'm telling you. Every one of these is just a little suspicious, isn't it? To be fair, if he's putting the brains and organs in big gulp containers, I don't think he really gives a fuck that much. So that's kind of cool. Yeah. threw it in there.
I want to know why he did it. Do you think it's just trophies?
Probably. If you're doing the autopsy stuff, you have to have a fascination with the human body in some way where you're they're probably like prize organs. That's the most beautiful liver I've ever seen.
You got to take a little trophy every time you cut someone open.
Well, exactly. You're not going to need this in hell.
I thought he was going to do something much more diabolical.
I thought he was fucking dead bodies. Because also, that's another thing too. People that do autopsies and shit, this is me just completely speculating and no real fact to it. I imagine all those people fuck the bodies. I think men that have dead women in there, I think they definitely have sexual
Actually,
bodies.
I think I've read that women are actually more likely to do something to the body.
If a guy dies with a boner, the boner stays. Because the blood stays there, right? Because it's not circulating anymore. What would a woman do?
Now that I said that, I don't know.
Fingers all calcified, whatever, and she's just like... But Dr. Birkeland wasn't the only one misusing a storage unit. While his story may have been the most grotesque, others have turned the spaces into makeshift homes. The price of rent has become nearly unaffordable across the United States, causing people to look for cheaper places to live besides being outright homeless. Many have chosen to move into storage units. Certain storage facilities offer climate-controlled units, plug-ins, and public bathrooms, covering all the basic essentials one would need in basically an apartment. With the average size of a container being 10 feet by 10 feet, that is more than enough room to fit a single bed and a small kitchen. Plus, storage facilities cover the cost of the utilities, so really saving some money. Granted, you're in a rat cage, but still, out of the rain. So long as you can afford the cheap monthly payment, you can live well within your means. And one woman chose to move into a storage locker after her rent was raised from $850 to $1,300 because the building had to be rebuilt after a tornado leveled it. Which I want to say, that's unfair. That's a huge jump too. My God, $800 to $1,300? Holy fuck.
That was just an excuse to raise rent.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we had to do a new one. I have to do it. It's like, fuck you, dude. Yeah, right. In 2021, Mayfield, Kentucky was hit by a massive tornado that left most of the town in ruin. Angie paid her rent by driving for Uber Eats, Grubhub, and Lyft, and was barely making her rent. But after the tornado destroyed her building, it was sold to new owners who raised the rent to $1,300 a month to help pay for the renovations. Tired of living in a one-bedroom apartment with a collapsed roof, she decided enough was enough and packed up all of her things and lived in her car. Since her car was crammed with stuff, she couldn't do ride sharing anymore, so she decided to rent a storage unit. At the time, she also began dumpster diving for Nike shoes and selling them online, which we've discussed too. The dumpster diving thing, good way to make quick cash, especially if they're nice shoes. Why the fuck not? So she upgraded to a larger unit to store her inventory after discovering it had a power outlet. She brought in items like a fan and lamps and eventually decided to stop sleeping in her car and live in her locker full time. Angie was able to live in the facility for quite a while, living off her Uber and Grubhub money. However, she was eventually evicted because she was found storing her stuff in units she didn't pay for. All right, Angie. Angie was she was rolling hot. She was like a Scorsese like protagonist in a movie, and then that's the thing. That's the thing that flew too close to the sun. To make things worse, she lost her Uber and Lyft license because of a DUI from 34 years ago, and has since moved to a different, cheaper storage facility where she lives now. I want to say that's fucking bullshit. 34 years ago I had a DUI, and Uber gets me for that. Word? How about you fucking forgive and forget, dude?
People must have complained that they maybe smelled alcohol on her.
She keeps putting stuff in my storage locker, and I think she's drunk. What if it was that? On TikTok, a couple went mega viral for showing off their elaborate home inside a storage locker. Leyland Brown and his partner run multiple social media accounts under the name Fullest Nest and have gone viral because of a video showing off their storage unit. Hidden behind a wall of boxes was a full-blown apartment, complete with a couch, dressers, and a small kitchen. Leyland claimed he could run through the halls for exercise, use the bathroom whenever he wanted, and play loud music without disturbing anyone. This video would not only build his online following, but also get him kicked out once the property manager saw the video. Following the move out, Brown and his partner had been living in the woods inside a tent and getting continually evicted because he would post where he was squatting on private property. Buddy, give up the social media thing. That or lie about your location, holy shit. Today, the couple lives permanently inside a hotel room and uses generous donations to help them stay out of storage lockers. Despite there being numerous instances of people living inside these facilities, it is actually against the law to do so. Some places have input extreme measures to ensure that people don't attempt to create makeshift homes. Managers are trained to identify suspicious activity and contact the police as soon as they suspect someone is living inside a unit. Additionally, more security guards are being hired to patrol, making it increasingly difficult to stay overnight. New locations are being built to be more hostile inside, with no restrooms on the property, no electricity or temperature control, and even poor circulation to prevent air from circulating. Excessive. It really seems like storage facilities are growing more heartless by the day, and the staff shows no sympathy, which comes across to some as dehumanizing. If someone's just like, I want to rent this unit, I'm going to stay inside, I'm storing myself. What's the big fucking deal?
It's a violation. It's a code violation. Also, you're not paying enough rent. to live there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, do you think they're just like, well, there's going to be somebody using the bathroom way more. Utilities are going to go up.
I'm going to start my own storage facility, and then I'm going to have an option to live in the storage unit for a little extra.
You have to sign a waiver being like, if you die from a heat stroke in here because I've done the AC sucks, you're in a storage unit. Okay, you can't sue me. You need to realize this is a storage unit, so they don't come to me and be like, it's too hot in here. Is it? You know what I mean? That's fair to me. Like any business, you're going to encounter weird customers, and storage centers are no exception. For some reason, the halls of metal doors and concrete flooring really get people hot and horny. Numerous cases of people getting caught having sex have been reported, and what is even more strange is that 90% of them are cheaters trying to find a hidden place to elope. I'm going to treat my baby right. I'm taking her to the storage unit. It's hot in here.
Because, yeah, you could set up a bed. Oh, yeah. That's a good idea.
Easy. Jesus. God damn, dude. You need to calm your ass down. In Cleveland, Ohio, the chief of police was found cheating on his wife with another woman. Chief of police is so funny. Wes Snyder had served as police chief for a decade and was widely respected for his dedication to the city. Definitely respected by somebody. That all changed when workers at the storage facility noticed that he and Sharon Marr, a city nonprofit employee, were entering a unit together for 60 to 90 minutes several times a week. God damn, good for you. God damn, 60 to 90 minutes. This boy knows how to put in some hours. I mean, like, realistic, I was gonna be like 20 minutes. When the staff opened the doors, they found the couple having sex in a makeshift sex dungeon. The dirty deed took place on a rug with pillows and blankets. Other things like alcohol, baby wipes, paper towels, and hairbrush were found inside. God damn.
It's very depressing.
It's a very depressing locker. If you're the chief of police, can you not, can you not get a bed? Get a hotel, dude. God damn. A sex dungeon, too. I mean, it really is. It's just a thing where it's just like, this is our fuck shack. I call this the raccoon trap. After 33 years of service, quickly resigned, and both parties issued an apology to the city council. I wouldn't have fucking resigned. Oh, so what? I have a storage unit where I sometimes I go there by myself and I beat off. Crime rate's low? Is it not? All right, well, good luck when this city goes to shit. Oh, man. It's becoming more difficult to be at a storage unit when nature calls. Bathrooms are now private use, and this has left some tenants to leave their shit elsewhere. At one facility, workers were alerted by a bucket found in the middle of an aisle. When they found it, they witnessed that it was filled to the brim with human feces. Filled to the brim. Do you think that's an exaggeration, or do you think it was just right to the...
I think, yeah. It's like, you know those videos where they're like the men doing the water challenge with a cup?
You're on a very gross tear today, dude. He was conveniently found in an aisle that didn't have a working camera, and it is believed that the person shit there on purpose. They're making a statement, dude. At an outdoor facility, a property manager hopped on his golf cart to patrol the grounds when he found a t-shirt discarded outside a unit. He reached down and tossed the shirt into the back of his cart, only to be hit by a spray of cold diarrhea.
What?
Someone had used the shirt as toilet paper and covered it in feces. So everyone that's watching this video is clicked off, right?
Yeah, at this point.
They're gone. I'm talking to no one now. Online, multiple people have come together to tell their stories of how people will simply poop in trash cans or next to fire hydrants, like a dog. Another manager complained to having to deal with a serial pooper who stalked the grounds at night and pooped on buildings and the streets. Goddamn serial shitter's back. You think he like shows up there like the sheriff's like looking at it? What is it? He's just like, I know who that's from. It curves to the left the same way. Poop is the least of the staff's concern because tenants are regularly found passed out or injured near their units. The owner of a storage facility was alerted to a specific unit after smelling smoke in the hallway. Smoked himself out. When they opened the door, they found the owner on the ground unconscious and a jerry-rigged kitchen cooking food. Got a big old like pork chop in there. Nothing I love more than cooking a pork chop in my storage unit. The renter had set up a hibachi grill. What? He was practicing? The renter had set up a hibachi grill and covered himself in the grill with a blanket to mask the smell, but asphyxiated himself with the smoke and fumes. What a dipshit. He's doing that thing. He's like, dude, I'm doing that onion ring volcano. He's like, that's awesome. Just blacks out immediately. A similar situation occurred during what the owners referred to as a dead body walk, when one of them discovered a customer passed out drunk in the middle of the aisle. The owner was drawn to the man when he found a long extension cord that spanned nearly the entire building. When he found the drunk, he passed out with a beer in one hand and the other down his pants. In front of him sat a TV and a VCR that was playing pornography. What a king.
Wait, so he was fucking jerking himself off with the bottle?
He brought an extension cord over, he was plugged it in, he was beating his dick off, getting drunk. He's like, ugh. How do you even if no one found him, how do you wake up from that?
Yeah. What am I doing?
Why do I keep doing this? The VHS has popped out because it, like, you know, it stops, it rewinds, and it pops out. And he's sitting there, he's like, pushes back in, round 2. Takes his onions. Covers himself in a blanket. The police were called, and the sound of sirens woke the man up, giving him just enough time to hide in one of the empty units. He had previously been given keys to all the vacant units in the facility after helping the manager move some things.
What?
Oh, now he's the key master, too. You helped me move a box, so here's every key to every unit. The same man had been seen just a few days earlier, naked and unconscious, in front of a different unit, but no action was taken. Damn, dude. That's a minotaur. That's a labyrinth I would not want to walk into. Can you imagine, like, sitting there and grab your stuff?
I'd be scared. I don't know. I'd run away, probably.
If I saw a naked, passed out guy, yeah. Well, I'd probably call 911 because, like, hey, there's a dead, naked guy. After the police left, he emerged from the hiding and confronted the owner for calling them, only to be kicked off the property for living inside the unit. I like how he had the audacity to be like, dude, really? Or you're gonna call the cops? Cool, man. I thought we were cool. He has like a giant keyring. Does this mean nothing to you? I'm never helping move your Hot Wheels again, man. Hot Wheels, Matchbox cars, not doing it, dude. NASCAR, I'm not doing none of it. Not moving the cars anymore, man. In another unit, a tenant was evicted after the manager discovered bloody handprints and smears stretching from the front to the back of the unit. According to the manager, the space was packed to the ceiling, forcing the tenant to climb over her belongings to reach items in the back. In the process, she would cut her wrist and body on exposed roofing and metal walls, leaving streaks of blood behind as she crawled out. I completely understand though. Am I gonna take everything out? Just crawl over it. Yeah, I got cut up a bit, but I'll be okay. I wonder what if she died in there? It's like a saw trap trying to get to your Furbies in the back. Back in 2008, an obese 60-year-old woman. Why are you looking at me? Back in 2008, an obese 60-year-old woman came into the front office to pay her bill when she tripped and had the front door pin her to the floor. What does that even mean? How did it pin her to the floor?
I'm guessing she like tripped and the door broke and then.
Staff rushed over to help her up. She was screaming and hollering in pain. Ah! The general manager was the first to reach her, freeing her leg from the door. Once free, she was dragged further into the lobby and rolled onto her back like a manatee. She tried to get up on her own, but she was so large that her gut prevented her from sitting up. Preach. Staff described her situation as rolling around on her back like a turtle and could not get up. That's a quote. That's a legitimate quote. Rolling on her back like a turtle. I thought they're just watching her. And they're just looking at her like, let's just wait for her to die. Eventually, the manager pulled her up off the ground, and staff were checking her over to make sure that she was all right when they noticed that she had pissed herself during the fall and soiled her pink sweatpants. You fell down, you got pinned, I'm gonna piss myself. All right? That's not even an act of rebellion, that's just the facts. After she was deemed okay, she paid her rent, but moved out about a month later. Because why? How embarrassing is that? Yeah, I'm gonna be fucking embarrassed every time I come in here. There's a girl rolling her back like a turtle and pissed herself, and we got it on camera. Renters can be a pain in the ass because of their behavior and odd possessions, but sometimes evictions are not enough punishment for these depraved people. There are numerous bizarre and horrific renter crimes. Tenants and managers don't always see eye to eye, but that doesn't mean they can't get along. Eric Adams worked at the 1 in 5 mini storage near Portland, Oregon for 15 years and was liked by most of the tenants. After about 5 days without hearing from Eric, a friend drove to check on him. He opened his storage unit and found Eric dead on the floor. Police determined that the cause of death was blunt force trauma from items found in his own unit. Suspicion grew when none of Eric's valuables were taken, suggesting it wasn't a robbery. His death would remain a mystery for a year until police gained access to the keypad records and found that one tenant was at the facility during Eric's final moments. Rob Caputa had entered the facility around the same time that Eric did, but after an hour, only one left. He was a long-term tenant at his unit since 2019, averaging about 55 items per month. But after Eric's last signed in, he avoided facility for 3 weeks. Not good, Rob. Suspicious activity, Robert. Rob was eventually arrested after DNA was found on Eric's body and was sentenced to 3.5 years in jail. That seems short. In court, it was revealed that Rob killed Eric after someone ran over his dog at the storage facility, and he blamed Eric for its death. He fucking John Wicked him. He doesn't know if it's Eric. He's just like, you have to die. Yeah. Another man in North Carolina was locked in his unit for days without food or water by his girlfriend.
Women, man.
In 2024, police responded to a call at the Cooper storage compound from a man who claimed that he was locked inside his girlfriend's storage unit. When they opened the door, they found Gary Oxidine, weak and emaciated, on the floor. He had been surviving in the unit for days with no supplies until he found his phone in complete darkness and called for help.
It took him 4 days to find what?
How big was that store? 10 by 10? I imagine the first day he was just like, I wonder if on the last day he was just like, I really should look for my phone, actually. I'm not gonna die here. After his rescue, his girlfriend, Robin Deaton, was arrested and charged with attempting murder and kidnapping. However, after the charges went public, Gary spoke to the media and claimed that the accusations were bogus. He said he had simply fallen asleep in the unit and his girlfriend had locked it without realizing he was inside. Word. Come on, Gary. The pussy can't be that good, dude. This was in complete contrast to what he said in the 911 call, where he claimed his girlfriend was trying to kill him. When the case went to court, the charges were dropped after Gary admitted to lying, and the couple was able to walk free. I'm telling you, that is some diabolical fucking sniz, dude. Holy shit. That snoo is better than Kobayashi. If you think padlocks are going to keep your stuff safe, then you're mistaken, because break-ins happen all the time at storage facilities. A traveling nurse in Colorado had $80,000 worth of stuff stolen over an 8-day period from extra space storage. She lost furniture, medical equipment, family heirlooms, and even her engagement ring. Police responded to the break-ins and added her case to the long list of 55 previous incidents reported at the facility that year. Since the incidents were reported, no other break-ins have occurred, as the facility upgraded security. Oh, did ya? With what money? $80,000 worth of stuff is what I think. That's what I'd be suspicious of too. The people that work there, they see you bringing in stuff. What is this? Oh, just like my grandpa's baseball card collection.
I mean, look at the guy who gave his fucking friend the keys to the castle to go fucking open.
Beating his dick off all day and fucking... Oh, boys, La Vida Loca, dude. At a different extra space storage in California, 4 people lost thousands of dollars worth of stuff after thieves cut through thin sheet metal walls with a saw. One of the victims claimed the thieves stole most of the audio equipment, including TVs, car stereos, and mixing boards. Police wonder how the criminals were able to pull off the heist because although units are indoors, have a code at the front door, and they are equipped with cameras everywhere. California appears to be a hotspot for criminal storage activity. Just a couple 100 miles south of the last break-in, Steve Bohannon and his nephew purchased an abandoned locker for $80 at auction and were excited to flip whatever was inside. They were greeted with a bunch of boxes that read, "Danger, poisonous." What is that, Uncle? After opening them up, they discovered that every single box inside the container was filled with meth, beakers, and safety equipment. Thank God. Steve called the police to report his discovery, and they arrived in full hazmat gear to safely remove all the drugs and the equipment. But just want to say, this is not me actually saying it, but don't get an extra storage thing. Extra storage seems like a scam. That's not me saying it. Disclaimer, I'm not really saying that, but extra storage seems like a bad place to keep your stuff. I wouldn't do that. Not that I would say that. Everything I'm saying is a lie. It might just be best to keep all your stuff at home and not risk enduring the horrors of modern-day storage facilities. Between unruly guests and incompetent managers, you never know what you're gonna get. And if you're not careful, you might just lose everything. However, if you need to rent a storage unit, make sure to do your research. And if you're choosing to live in one, Godspeed.
If you live in a storage unit right now, send pics and record your setup.
Actually, that's true. If you do live in a storage unit, please tag me on social media so I can see it. Post it to our subreddit. And then also just type in Phoenix Foxtrot Harbinger in the comment section. And only us Papa Meat stands will know what you're talking about. Godspeed. Phoenix Foxtrot Harbinger. Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Coming in and sitting down because today we're going to be talking about the Stranger Things fan base. Not just Stranger Things, but I will say we might talk a little bit about the newest season because, poopy stinky. So spoilers, I guess. Spoilers ahead in case someone's like, dude, what the hell? I was going to watch that. Warning.
Well, I mean, with...
You've been spoiled. The release of Stranger Things might be one of the biggest media sensations of all time. People like to, shit on the last season and be like, this shit's a dog. But people forget that for the last 10 years, this show has had a goddamn stranglehold on the population, right? Granted, might be a younger fan base, but a fan base nonetheless. And we've covered obsessive fandoms before, but Stranger Things is up there with one of the most feverish, one of the most diabolical, one of the most rabid. Not only are they glued to the screen and hyper-analyzing every single scene, they're also shipping characters and sometimes delving into straight-up harassment of the young actors themselves. Which also, if you don't know shipping, I'm pretty sure it means they're like, this person should this person. That's a ship. With the recent release of new season, there has been a divide over the ending of the entire series. And now more than ever, people are realizing how insufferable the fan base truly is. Which if you didn't get that from the TikToks from 2 years ago, remember Eddie Munson? Or people doing the Stranger thing, they fucking blew up that one song. Well, we can't even sing it because it'll just get copyright struck, but still.
I'm running up that hill.
Stories of fans stalking cast members and using AI to live out Stranger Things dreams are spreading like wildfire. And this isn't the first time the fan base has been criticized for their behavior, and it certainly won't be the last. So, brace yourselves as we look into the Stranger Things fan base and all the cringe it has to offer. You think that this is going to hold up like, I don't know, the Back to the Future fan base?
No.
This is 50 years strong. Can you imagine 50 years from now someone with like an Eddie Munson shirt on? That's going to happen though. There'll be a Hellfire Club shirt here and there. Will people be regarded as like one of the, greatest movies or greatest shows? Probably not.
Maybe the first season. First season's good.
It's okay. But to truly understand why the fans of Stranger Things are losing their collective minds across the internet, we got to go back to the beginning. Stranger Things was created by the Duffer Brothers and released on Netflix in 2016, instantly becoming a massive hit and marking itself as one of the platform's most popular shows. Can't believe it's been 10 years. 10 fucking years. 2016. Holy moly. The story takes place in the 80s, and immense work was put into making sure the setting feels like it's taking place during that time. The music, the clothing, and the innocence of depicting children going on adventures in a small town unlocked a deep longing and obsession with nostalgia. If I remember back then, that is truly the beginning. I feel like Stranger Things marked in media that true, like, everything's going to be 80s. The 80s nostalgia. I could be wrong, could be talking on my ass, but I feel like around that time is when the 80s nostalgia really blew up, which is we're in the 90s now. Now everyone's nostalgic for the 90s.
It definitely accelerated it. Everybody's just wanted to copy Stranger Things.
Yeah, everybody was just kind of, which I think the It movies, those were like 80s, because they even got like some of the cast members from, or just maybe just Finn Wolfhard. But I remember just being like, is this just Stranger Things? I felt very, I don't know, it was odd. The series continued, releasing new seasons fairly consistently, and as the show got bigger and the story became more fantastical, the budget started to climb from initial $48 million from season 1 to $80 million by season 3. And this is where things started to ramp up. The time between seasons went from around 1 year to over 3+ years, with the budget drastically multiplying. Fast forward to the end of season 4, it was understood that the following season would be the grand finale, with a budget totaling around $500 million. Each year that passed by with no release, the more pressure there was to deliver an amazing payoff, right? Well, surely we're waiting because it takes time to make perfection, right, Nick?
Oh, of course.
Also, our little teen cast, they're all 33 years old now. Eventually, in 2025, 3.5 years later, the final season dropped. While fans had a lot of great moments to appreciate throughout the final season, a surprisingly large portion of the audience was greatly disappointed by a lot of the decisions made. Now, let me ask you this, Nick, because you haven't seen it. You're probably not going to see it.
No.
I saw it.
You like it?
No, but still, I was going to say, is there any conceivable way this could have made a landing? It's the same thing with Game of Thrones. Even if Game of Thrones took its time and, people were like, you need to build up this, you need to build up that. Does it take too long? And then people were like, this should have ended 3 years ago. This should have ended 2 seasons ago. I feel like with these long-standing giant things, you get so big that there is no possible way you could stick the landing.
You're not going to please everybody.
No.
It's also extremely hard to end a show. I'm trying to think, I think Breaking Bad.
I remember at the time people bitched about that. I know people look back on it now and they're like, it was awesome.
Yeah, exactly. There's always, when it first comes out, people are always going to be disappointed, especially if there's like a mystery. Or
Vince Gilligan's the only one who knows how to do it right, dude. Better Call Saul, great ending.
Do people universally love that ending?
I don't know. But see, at the same time, is Better Call Saul as big as Stranger Things? No.
I think you get so big that I don't think...
You need to be medium big.
Yeah.
If you're the biggest, you're going to be like the fucking... What's the giant blimp? The Heisenberg?
Oh, the Hindenburg.
Yeah, I know. But see, it's there. People began voicing all sorts of complaints, from plot holes to the Marvel levels of CGI that encompassed the big finale battle, which lasted all but a few minutes after 10 whole years of build-up, you know, which is kind of the same thing with Game of Thrones, of the Ice King and all that kind of shit. It also became apparent that the Duffer Brothers were introducing so many characters to the show that multiple scenes were alarmingly packed with people, which if you look at that, every goddamn episode, there's just a scene of 7 people everywhere. And they're all voicing and going back to each other, you know, explaining what's happening in the scene to great detail.
This flashlight is the Squawk radio tower, and this slinky is the bridge.
This is Will. This is Holly. This is Max.
They were dormant, just like these kernels.
This is Vecna, and this is the wormhole. And this is, you know, it's people grabbing things from around. It's become a giant meme. But even during one of the biggest moments of the show, when Will Byers comes out as gay, really funny, there are people in the room that have basically never interacted with him at all. Also, you have to think it too, the world's ending. But actually, to be fair, if the world's ending, better get it out than keep it in. I don't like girls.
I like girls. Just
I mean, I don't think he ever says I'm gay. I'm gay.
No.
I think he just says, I mean, I like girls, but not like that.
Is that a verbatim line?
I think something like that.
I don't like girls. I mean, I do, just not like you guys do.
He could just be like, bro, I'm gay. Which, how sick would that be? Hey, by the way, guys, I would love to suck a cock.
I wish one of the friends was disgusted by it.
Oh! That would be more for 80s? Are you kidding me? One guy's like,
like Hopper?
dude, we shook hands earlier.
What,
Yeah, Hopper. Also, one of the other characters is gay, and I don't think anybody gives a
It really?
Yeah.
Oh, then yeah, it's a nothing burger.
Yeah. They had like a girl. Well, you know what it is? I think people got up in arms with that too. The other character who's gay is a girl, but they're making a big deal about the guy being gay. It's one of those things.
Patriarchy, man, ruins everything.
Patriarchy. You know what they should have done? You know, they should have had to be like, Vecna's making me gay. Or one of the characters says that. Well, what if Vecna's just making you gay? He's like, no, dude, I'm gay.
That would have been a good plot. We need to sever the tie between Will and Vecna to turn him straight. Thanks, guys.
It's just all anti-gay propaganda. Welcome to the 80s. Even an actor that plays one of the main kids in the show agreed publicly that more characters should have been dying in the show to make the stakes high as the story deserved. I mean, which is true. Like, you know, listen, if it's season 1 where they're all little fetuses running around, maybe you don't kill off all the kids. Kill a couple of them off. And people are gonna be like, Eddie! I'm like, that doesn't count. He's in one season. That doesn't fucking count. All the characters that are kinda in the show, they'll die. Like Billy. Remember when all the Midwest women were flicking their beans to Billy? Oh, splish splash, I was taking a bath. It was one of those. It's also become a meme to point out that most conflicts in the show were solved by Elle holding up her hands and screaming, including the finale of the series. Which, you know what? I'm not gonna. Hey, welcome to anime. Is that not fucking every goddamn anime ending?
That's fair.
All of them. People are gonna dog on it now because it's not a fucking little Japanese cartoon. Come on, dude.
It's a little 19-year-old lady.
It's a 32-year-old woman. Many fans started comparing it to the generation fumble that was the final season of Game of Thrones. As a whole, the Stranger Things, that season was way worse.
Really? Than Game of Thrones?
Yeah. Listen, the last season of Game of Thrones, the problem is they rushed all of it. And people were like, well, her character wouldn't. I'm like, it all made sense to me. It's fine, whatever. But it's just a thing of it being like, and it's done. And we're done. This Stranger Things, I mean, it's just, the writing is abysmal. It's just the characters. It's just a bunch of shit where you're just like, it just felt like everybody was phoning it in. Oh, remember, yeah, she was in Terminator. It's like, oh, remember that guest appearance? Oh, we have to do this. I guess we'll go here.
Did they defeat Vecna an hour in? Like halfway?
Well, the fucking last episode's like 6 hours long. It felt like it was a day. Remember it was done and it's just like 8 months later. Also, the ending of the deal, they beat all the stuff. They kill all these human beings, like the military stuff, right? And they just let them go. But there's no like explanation. Like they don't have to defeat the army or the army. Like you could have had a general just be like, they come back up and everyone puts their hands up, huh, and they just be like, yeah, what's the point? It's done anyways. Like, yeah, you kill one of the main people. Yeah, whatever. You could even just do that. What if they throw their guns on the ground? I'm done with this shit. You could have done that. And say, yeah, it's just Elle getting fucking blown up. And everyone's like, no! and she just, and they kind of like reenact some like, like whenever they show the atom bomb dropping, or like the nuke, that famous shot of the house. They do a bunch of that stuff, and all the upside down blows up, and Purple Rain plays.
Do you see Elle disintegrate?
No, because see, they couldn't do that because then you wouldn't have all these people. I'm sure we get into it. People were angry at the Duffer Brothers for not closing out the series in a satisfying way, and they decided to start answering questions from viewers about it. This only made things worse. Yeah, dude. Just be like, it is what it is. This is what we made. Also, can you go back and change anything? No. Why even humor it? They didn't seem to have a good answer to a lot of the questions people had, and the further criticisms from fans led them to backtrack from the previous statements. Matt Duffer eventually told an interviewer, and I quote, "I'm not in a good place. Like, why the hell did we do any of them yesterday is beyond me. I'm like fried. I was getting over the flu, so anyone mad at any answers we gave out yesterday, just cut me some slack."
Excuses, dude.
Fuck you, Matt. I don't give a fuck. I'm sick too. Stranger Things fans spent the past 10 years anticipating the ending of their favorite show, only to be disappointed. For a large group of people, this frustration grew into straight up delusion. The main villain, Vecna, has psychic abilities that allow him to manipulate people by giving them hallucinations. People started to hyperanalyze the last season to discover the supposed evidence to suggest that the last episode is filled with hallucinations not connected to reality. Are they still under Vecna's control? Vecna! This evidence includes minor details like objects being different colors instead of that just being a continuity error. No, it's Vecna. That's actually perfect though. Well, that was actually Vecna's doing.
See, now what they could do is Snyder edit kind of thing. Like 2 years from now, be like, well, this is the final episode.
Yeah, this is the final. This is the Vecna cut. This then led to the belief that a secret 9th episode of the show would soon be released on January 7th, showing what actually happened, causing the fan base to look desperate and in denial that their favorite show just simply had an unsatisfying conclusion. To show just how widespread this theory was, Netflix crashed on the 7th because of the insane traffic from people hoping that there would be a new finale.
I mean, that would have been a really smart play if they did that, where it's just like, psych, we disappointed you, now here's the real ending, and if fucking killed.
Oh my god. You know what they'd be to those that would give those fans the biggest ego.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we were right.
What if they did release a final episode and all the kids died? The fan base wouldn't be satisfied if Vecna
No,
won.
there is no ending. There is no ending that would be satisfactory. There is none. It's not like people are like, it should end this way. It should be this. It should be this. It should be this. There's no possible fucking outcome. You gotta just write what you think is best. So to the Duffer Brothers, at least give them credit there. At least they're just like, that's just what we fucking, there it is, right? Well, also I know the whole thing was like, Stranger Things was supposed to be an anthology series, but because it was so popular, they just kept using the kids, because why would you not? You're printing money at that point, whatever. But it's just, they're gonna be like, so like, what is the upside down? It's a wormhole. When there's a government, yeah, it's like, I don't know. Like any fan base, people start to pick favorite characters and obsess over anything they do. For the Stranger Things fan base, it appears that many of them are weirdly invested in the actors portraying them. There is not a single piece of Stranger Things media that is not overanalyzed. There are even countless theories and rumors made by the more devoted fans. One fan made a video alleging that most of the main cast didn't like Millie Bobby Brown because of how they acted around her in interviews, playing the most mundane clips of cast members interacting with each other pretty casually. Look at that! That is delusion,
They would,
dude.
yeah. Like when they said something, like someone would like turn.
Did
something.
anyone else think, well, this is the fucking comments I hate too. We even get these kind of comments sometimes, you sick fucks. People be like, anyone else thinks it's kind of weird that Hunter says this to Nick? Or anyone else think that Nick is unhappy this shoot?
Are Isaiah and Hunter fighting?
Yeah, exactly. Anyone else think Hunter's getting annoyed at Isaiah this episode of Creepcast? We're reading a story called like the poo-poo diaper man or something like that. Anyone else think that he's getting a bit annoyed? Which I hate that kind of comment too, because it's just like, you're throwing it out there, but that's just like a fucking active grenade.
Yeah, exactly.
For someone to be like, I thought the same thing.
Okay, it wasn't just me.
Okay, thank God. Yeah, this. And then every other normal person never interacts. They'll never experience that. But then, yeah, anyone involved in the channel is just like, with the explosion. The fanbase also loves shipping characters for their fan fiction's weird fantasies. The most popular ship is Byler, which is the potential romantic relationship between Mike and Will, which Will wanted it.
See, that would have been a little love triangle. Mike's also confused. Is Vecna corrupting me?
What if it's at the end, instead of Elle sacrificing herself and Mike's all tore up about it because he's just like, I love you.
Will.
What if he's sitting there? Well, it should have been Will. Motherfucker's been in and out of purgatory since season 1. He should be like, sorry guys, and just hop in, blow himself up. But instead of that, what if at the end Elle's just like, I think I'm gonna stay, and he's like, okay, that's cool, but I'm really in love with Will. I haven't been able to tell him. And he's like, are you serious? And they have a big gay makeout session. And that's when Elle does, oh, slices her wrist, oh, and then jumps into the upside down. Oh, and they're like, Elle, don't do it. Then he has to live with that guilt forever.
There you go. But he's still making love to Will.
Yeah, well, they're happily married. That doesn't matter. He's just like, do you think we messed up? And he's like, I don't know, baby. All I know is it's just me and you.
There's 2 L's in Will. Double the L's.
You're only 1 L. He's 2. And they still play Purple Rain over it. She's like trying to talk and they keep raising the music up.
We'll figure something out. We'll fight back. We always do.
But this ship, the fucking Byler relationship, is so popular that it has its own wiki page, which archives the most popular Byler fanfics on every platform, because that's necessary. Who's down there and they're just like, oh my God. You're like reading a wiki. So they fuck each other here. Okay, interesting. Good. We have scholarly evidence of this ship. Is it just horned up people? Is that all it is?
Well, I think it's a mix of a lot of things. I do think a lot of people like it because it's like romantic. Some people, well, it's mostly women who ship. But like if for anime.
Sorry, fellas. I guess we don't count.
For anime, a lot of guys like to ship the main character with the girl they like. Because it's just like, I would date that person, so the main character should date that person.
So they're like, I vicariously see myself through this main character,
Yeah.
and that main character being with this person means I'm with them. Like Luffy and Nami.
Yes. Or Luffy and Usopp.
I want to see Luffy sit on that nose, dude.
Gum.
Yeah. Gum, pleasure. After this last season, it was revealed that Will was gay, and there was no hint of Mike and Will getting together. Fans were left in literal tears after finding out that their favorite headcanon was not a reality. I do love that. What? Because that's another thing too, the Stranger Things, it's like breadcrumbs. So you can just, however they see it. So also closing this off, it brings everybody back down to reality. Yeah, Mike being like, no, I'm not with that.
See, that would have been a good, I feel like I haven't seen this last season, but if Will sacrificed himself in his last moment, he told Mike, I love you, or whatever.
Yeah, he does this. There's the... and then he's blowing up and he's like, I don't like girls. Or he could have just said, I love you.
Yeah, exactly.
I love you. I love you too, man. No, not like, I mean, I love you.
Yeah, not like that. And then he turns around and then Mike is doing math in his head, realizing what that means. Yeah.
Will! And he turns around, Will! And then... One woman was left bawling her eyes out yelling, why can't they just fuck? After finding out 11 dies in the series finale.
She f***ing died, so like why can't they like I don't understand. I don't give a f*** about his random ass boyfriend. Like why did
Why? I think people don't give a f, do they? They're like, I don't give a f. I need my fix.
They're not 18 by the end of the season?
I don't fucking know. I mean, they probably are. I don't know. Well, yeah, because they're all graduating high school. So yeah, they're all 18. Okay. Whatever. It's just weird though, where it's just like, I remember watching you as a little boy. I remember when you were 5. That kind of thing. Remember when the show started and you were 8 years old? Isn't that kind of weird to be like, I want them to fuck? Yeah. That's just kind of odd.
That'd be weird, yeah. I remember when the first season came out, everyone thought Mike and Elle's actors they wanted them to date in real life too, because they're like, they have so much.
Yeah, everyone does that though. Kristen Stewart, Robert Pattinson, Tobey Maguire, and Kristen. I mean, it's just anytime there's an on-screen thing, people are gonna want it in real life.
Harry and Cho Chang.
Who? Oh, Harry Potter. Oh yeah, Cho Chang. Appreciate you, J.K. Rowling. There wasn't a lot of Cho Chang love, was there? I feel like it was always Harry and Hermione.
Yeah, everybody wanted. Even J.K. Rowling was like, I messed up. Harry should have married Hermione.
Yeah. Do you think? Yeah, she's with Ron. My ass.
And then Ron and Ginny should have got together, had a little incest.
I guess it's just me and you, sis. Okay, Ron. Us Weasleys gotta stick together, huh? That would make sense, though, too. The Weasleys are just like these inbred mutants. I don't think my sister wants to date me. And Harry's like... since the beginning of the series, you know? Well, I want to date me sister. We should probably try to go follow Snape or something. Hold on, I'm almost done with me love letter to me sister. I can't wait for spring break. Boom. Gets into his owl. The owl's inbred too. Yeah, Ron. All right, Ron. Can you clean up your side of the room, by the way? It's kind of a bit dirty. Another fan wrote a 2,000-word long essay about how they believe Byler will come true during the second release of the final season. This take was so delusional that even another Byler fans were telling the person to calm down and come back to reality, insisting that it won't happen. Like how they have to have other people, listen, buddy, we're all hard. All right, but this is ridiculous.
This is a fantasy, not reality.
You're living in a fantasy's fantasy. All right, so let's come back to reality, but come here. Take my hand. Though the love for these two fictional characters might seem insane, the love this fan base has for Eddie Munson is on a whole new level. Which I will say, the love for Eddie Munson, 3 years ago, oh, you couldn't escape it.
When did he die?
Season 4.
Oh, he died in season 4?
It was like 3 or 4 years ago.
How many seasons was he in?
1. He's in 1 season.
He's in just 1 season?
He was in 1 fucking season. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm telling you. Eddie was a new character introduced in season 4 and had only 42 minutes of screen time across 13 hours of this season. Despite this, he was the central phenomenon of an entire movement of fanfics and cosplays. Steady was the name of another relationship fans created in their head between Eddie and Steve Harrington. They love to post thirst traps of cosplays making out in costumes, and the comments go bananas for it. Oh, God, this is hot. That's one thing I fucking hate. It's all gooning now in comment sections, isn't it? You open up one thing and they're like, oh, not me on my break. Not me when I'm breathable. I see that a lot with girls. Girls are fucking ravenous with that shit, dude. You gotta watch out. Oh, God, not this popping up while hubby's at work. Oh, this is making me wet. I saw that comment on a guy like making a song. He was like just a guy playing acoustic guitar, and that was one of the girls. This is making me wet. And all the comments underneath were like, I know, right?
You think that's people trying to be like, maybe he'll comment back?
That or I mean, at first I was like, well, that's just gotta be a satirical comment. And then I just see it. It's too true.
It makes sense if you're like an OnlyFans model trying to like.
Well, yeah, if it's like that's the whole Twitter thing. If someone's just like, look at my book report, and someone's just like, discount on my OnlyFans. Oh, who said my OnlyFans is free? Hey guys, look at this volcano I made for science class. Free muff. Click here.
She's sitting on the volcano.
Light it. I don't want it to explode. Light it. I want it coming out of all my pores. They also claim that these two characters are Dustin's dad, since they are both friends with him in the show. Oh, look at that picture. Dustin has 2 dads. On the Steady Wiki, they even track how many times the ship was a fan favorite in a weekly fandom Tumblr page. People got a lot of time on their hands, don't they? Too much time. Even when I was young, I don't think I had this much time.
Yeah, they all work from home.
Oh. Damn you, COVID. The fans' love for Eddie doesn't stop there. After he died in the show, a fan wrote a sad song titled Eddie Song that made multiple references to the show and the one season he was a part of. The song would blow up and be used by tons of edits and satirical videos mocking the fan base, those bastards.
Eddie, baby, I just saw Steve.
But the fans loved it. To honor his legacy, a large group of fans dressed up as Eddie and went to the Chicago Comic and Entertainment Expo and flash mobbed the guest there by putting up a speaker and blasting a fan-edited song using scenes from the show. There were tons of people with guitars that didn't know how to play them because one of Eddie's most memorable scenes in the season was when he played Master of Puppets by Metallica. So people were just carrying around guitars. It's part of the costume. I don't know how to use a fucking sword, but I'm sure, like, you know what I mean? Once again, I don't see the problem with that.
Yeah, I don't see the problem.
Yeah, whatever. It's a fucking costume. Okay.
Unless he tried to play it and he thought he was good.
Yeah. I mean, people air guitaring with a guitar there is cringe, but I don't know. It's fucking cosplaying. It's cringe already. Who gives a shit? The scene was beloved by fans and is referred to as Eddie Munson's upside down guitar god scene for how epic and gnarly it was. All the comments couldn't contain themselves about how metal the scene was and quirky it was for him to play a music solo right before death, looking death right in the eyes and saying, fuck you! Being obnoxious in public comes with being an Eddie Munson fan, right? It's in the fucking first scene. Play a little bit of the first scene, not all of it, just like a millisecond of it. That's a rebel. Since he was known for being a crazy and quirky guy in public, it's inspired many others to do the same, right? To be their best selves in public. These videos, man, are gonna kill me. These videos of people doing this. It's just, you know what it is? People, I know people say like, we need to bring back shame. It's just common decency is what it is. I feel like everybody's kind of been like this though, right? There's always been some iteration of this in some way. Or has it always been kind of contained to conventions? Because to me, if you're at a convention, I don't give a shit. It's like a playground basically. As long as you're not harassing people, but it's just if you're in cosplay and you're walking around, you're not doing anything fucking wrong. Or especially if you go to like a panel. I've seen so many people where they're like in a exhibit hall and it's like the Eddie Munson guitar contest. And yeah, it's cringe, but it's what this room is for right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anything that disrupts the public that are just trying to exist. Shame on you. In a video uploaded to TikTok, a student stands on a lunch table in a crowded cafeteria and begins to shout one of Eddie's famous monologues from the show. The one we showed. Showed it again, a millisecond? That one. One commenter explained that this cringe lord was exactly the type of weirdo Eddie Munson was, except he's not conventionally attractive, so people are making fun of him instead of gooning to him.
That's true.
That's where they get you. You kind of have to be pretty attractive to be like, because then you're like, oh, all right. That's strange. Why are people making fun of me? Usually they should be flicking their beans right about now. It's probably Vecna. I have a feeling that there are some people that it's like the Slender Man killings. They believe Vecna's real. And they're like, Vecna's ruining my life.
Vecna, get out of my brain,
Vecna, get on my brain. I don't want to have to stab my geometry teacher. That kind of thing. Don't make me be crazy. Are you sure? Okay, I'll do it. If all that wasn't enough, Bath & Body Works made an Eddie Munson's candle called Eddie's Leather Jacket for the fans to enjoy. That's a fucking dynamite idea.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. Whoever came up with that, you need a raise. Yeah, because we were like, oh my god.
Flick your bean to that.
Other characters like Eleven are subject to weird edits, including a 30-second edit of a superfan green screening himself into a prom dance scene with the character so he could kiss her and dance the night away, which I just find this stuff sad.
How old is the kid? Because, like, I feel like if I was younger and knew how to edit, I'd be doing cringe shit like this.
He looks like he's maybe 17, 15 to 17.
Okay, 17's a little too old.
He looks a little older. To be fair, I will say the edit, good for him. You know what? That's just raw power is what that is. A guy just being like, watching that over and over again. Man, it really was a great prom. There's also a woman who uses AI to make it seem like her and Stephen Harrington are in a serious long-term relationship. She uses her social media page to post multiple provocative pictures of her fake relationships, and all the comments are eating it up and supporting her delusions, while people who stumble upon it randomly blame it on the mental illness. Which I will say, if it's a long-going thing, that's when I'm like, there's a separation that has to happen.
Do you see the picture of her in the mirror?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I see. I wish I didn't have to see. I wish I didn't have to see with the context. Maybe afterwards I'd be like, yeah, whatever. But it's just this long-term relationship thing. I don't know.
If it's a troll, it's funny.
There was probably a lot. Yeah, I mean, if it's a joke,
Yeah.
but this is like a long-term thing of someone being, because I bet you during that, I feel like 2023 was the true peak of Stranger. Like season 4 felt like that was catastrophic. I mean, it was everywhere. The season finale, I feel like it just took too long. Wave died down a bit. Also, all the people were growing up, but I feel like it's just those things that held on. Those are the people that held on to the fandom.
Was there anything memorable in this season?
In this season?
Besides like Elle doing like...
Just the Will when he's gay. That's like the big thing, I feel like.
But that's not really fun, I guess. Like...
But I guess that doesn't really seem fun because it's just a guy coming out who's gay, so. No, I don't know. I mean, the thing too is they're too old. They're all so old now. My God.
They should have done a time jump and they're in college or they're dropouts.
What they should have done a thing is at the end of season 4, they thought you do a thing where you do a big time jump. They're all scattered around and then they think that they've defeated the evil, but it's just like, he's back.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he was gone, but he's back.
A little It. Yeah, they're all 30.
Yeah, and then you take from It, because you motherfucker stole from us a little bit. Now we're going to take back from you. Why not? If none of that fits your fancy, you could be like one of the mini fans who have made detailed shrines to characters inside of their bedrooms. Some are dedicated to entire seasons, while others are devoted to specific characters. These shrines are not little sections of their room either. They take up entire walls and are covered in pictures and Funko Pops, which that's how you know it's bad. Dad, can you guys start giving me a Funko? Okay. One fan even uses her shrine to try and force the universe to make the actor Finn Wolfhard her boyfriend. Her shrine consists of 8 Funko Pops and a collage of pictures. Others are immortalizing their love of Stranger Things by getting horrible tattoos, which I will say the Dustin tattoo is.
What does it say? Fested?
I don't know. I don't know what fucking says. Tested.
No, that's an F. Fested.
It's one thing to obsess over the characters in a show, but many of the actors and actresses have had weird and even creepy experiences with fans. Which I will say, I've seen interviews. I saw an interview with Finn Wolfhard where he said like he was doing a meet and greet or something, and a girl like didn't want an autograph. She just like saw a half-empty water bottle he was drinking. She was like, "Could I have the water bottle?" That's a story from him specifically, all right?
One time I had a girl that came up with her family. She was looking at my water that was half drunk, and she was like, "Can I have the water?"
That's one instance. I can't even imagine.
Did he give it to her?
No. Even in the deal, he's like, no.
And I went, no, you can't. No, you can't have my water.
You can't have it. I thought it was kind of sick. Finn Wolfhard, who plays Mike on the show, admits to being stalked by a fan when he was 13 years old. It wasn't just young starstruck fans following him around. It was entire groups of adults that would tail him all the way home. At one point, they approached him at his doorstep and asked for a selfie until he snapped back at them shouting, "No! You can't have a selfie! How about you don't follow children?" Mike must be mad at Elle right now. He's taking it out on me, okay? Any kind of paparazzi stuff, fan stalking, any of that shit of following people home, it's despicable. It's fucking disgusting, man. Gatton Matarazzo, who plays Dustin Henderson, explained that he still thinks about all the creepy encounters he had with a 40-year-old fan that admitted she had a huge crush on him. Can you imagine being 13 years old and have to deal with that? A 40-year-old, I love you. How fucked up would that be? Here's my number. Yeah, call this number tonight if you feel lucky. He was only 13 years old at the time, and the mother even acknowledged that she was aware of the age difference. Not only was Gatton with his mom when this happened, the woman saying this to him was with her child, who was audibly pissed at the humiliating interaction. In another instance, a fan went to shake his hand before pulling it up to his face and licking it like it was a casual thing.
You deserve to get punched.
I'll say that right. I've never had anything like that before. I've had some weird shit before, but if someone tried licking me, I would there would be a physical altercation. And I'm not a big like, ooh, I'll fucking fight. But it would be too much. That's too much.
There's that drunk guy who tried to kiss you.
There's the drunk guy that tried to kiss me. He got pushed away. Did not like that. That was brutal. That was very brutal. I hated when someone's in an intoxicated state like that too, because if you like also try to do something to them, I'm always nervous that they're gonna get fucking pissed and try like attacking you or doing that shit too. So it's just how the do you handle that situation? And then let alone I'm a grown adult. Imagine being a toddler. Imagine being 13 years old and having to deal with that. That's fun. There comes a point where fandom goes from a passionate enjoyer to being fully consumed by their favorite media. Some young Stranger Things fans aren't just seeing it as a comfort show. They're binging it nonstop and thinking about it at all hours of the day. Now that the series is over, people are starting to feel post-series sadness and are not sure what to do with themselves. Many are mourning the show ending by holding candlelight vigils at filming locations. Hundreds of people showed up to the location in Georgia where they placed signs saying, "We love you, Hawkins," or "We love you, 11." They also placed down Eggo waffles and notes exclaiming their love for the cast. One 17-year-old woman online confesses to a Stranger Things Reddit page that she is often crying just thinking about the show because of how much she desires to live in the town of Hawkins, mostly fueled by her love of nostalgia. She claims that the events of the Stranger Things are so interesting and enticing to her that she no longer finds meaning in her own life. You know, there's been times where I've seen a show end, and there is that I do believe that post-series depression is real, because you're just like, you're sad that it's over. You know, you're like, oh, I really enjoyed that. Even if you're a fan, like the Eggo thing, I don't think it's a big, I mean, like you're playing into the thing, whatever, but this idea, that more deep-seated thing where I have no meaning to my life, that's where you gotta watch people, man.
It's a wake-up call. If you feel that way, you need to change.
We just need to, I mean, you gotta experience more shit. You gotta like live your own life instead of latching on to the delusions of a thing that you're consuming. It's not just Stranger Things. It's all kinds of people do that shit. Even with other shows, video games, anime, all that shit. People latch on to where they put their entire worth into this thing that they consume.
It happens a lot with anime. A lot
Oh,
of
100%.
Post-anime depression. I wish
Well,
I
yeah,
was MC.
I'll tell you what, dude, if I was a fucking One Piece lover, I wouldn't have to worry. Like, this shit's never gonna end.
Yeah, I'm gonna die before it ends.
Yeah, exactly. If anything, too, by the time that ended, you'd be like, oh, it'd probably be a great relief. Oh, finally. The fan base is filled with all sorts of controversies and crazy people, which has left many people feeling fan base woes. The horrible reception of the series finale has left many fans divided on the show in general. Many conclude that they hate their own fan base for how they're acting. Multiple posts have been made complaining about Stranger Things stans on Twitter and TikTok. These posts usually complain about how insane the fans are and how they're ruining the show for everyone. It's kind of like a band, right? You like a band, but then you look at the fan base, you're like, I don't want to be a part of this shit. Look at this. It's embarrassing, especially with all the conspiracy theories surrounding the show's ending. Many are saying that they're embarrassed to be a fan and are making the fan base look bad by overanalyzing every little detail. When Stranger Things was released in 2016, nobody could have ever guessed it would become as big as it did. They also couldn't have known that the fan base would become one of the most cringe and unbearable groups of people online. But it makes me think, at what point isn't being a fan of anything cringe? You know, if you love something and you want to share it online, to me that's like what the online space is for, is to connect people, right? I know we used it a lot, and we are guilty of digging in on people or dogging on people for enjoying things. But at the end of the day, just be yourself and be whoever the fuck you want to be. I just say draw the line whenever you're emotionally breaking because the show is over, or like for theories or something. If you're emotionally in distress and mentally in distress, maybe take a step back and have a breather. Or if you're in public and you're being a nuisance and you can't control yourself, just fucking take a chill pill for a second and realize that like other people are trying to enjoy stuff too, and that you and your fandom aren't the center of the universe, right? But at the same time, enjoy yourself. Be fans of stuff. Who gives a fuck? All the people too who are posting like, this is fucking cringe and stupid. You're telling me they don't have anything either? Just projection, my friends. But at the same time, you know, all fan bases are cringe, so it's fun to talk about them. Sorry, Stranger Things last season sucked. Really, it hasn't been good for a while. Sorry. I can say that. I mean, in my opinion. Can I say that? In my opinion?
It's been good since the first season.
The first season's fun. You know what it is, though, if I can break it down, is that the first season, it was so stripped back. It fixated more on the horror. It was fun. These little kids, and there's also a thing about like a fun, dramatic angle of a mom trying to find her son and all this stuff. It's still equally kind of quirky and cringy, but they're so young that it fits. You know, it's like innocent in that weird way. But as the show progressed on, I just could not care. I just couldn't care. That's just my opinion. Doesn't mean it's the worst thing imaginable. It just wasn't my cup of tea, right?
It's also too, I think it just gets, the stakes get too bloated.
Well, yeah, it's like an anime too, where it's just like, it's when you bust this huge nut way too early, and then it's like, where could you possibly go from there? It's like Marvel.
Yeah.
Marvel now, it's like Thanos did the fucking snap, half of the universe is dead. Where could you possibly go? Like what now could ever compare to that?
Multiverse destruction. All the multiverses are collapsing.
That's right. That's right. Write that down. That's it. Bye. Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on and sit down, because today we're going to be talking about one of the world's most thankless jobs, being a crime scene cleaner. Everybody loves true crime nowadays. People will happily sit and watch hours upon hours of content about serial killers, hacking people up to bits, people getting murdered and everything, and they're just like, that's weird. There's the true crime scene. But do they ever think about how fucking gruesome the aftermath is, huh? Well, luckily one job profession, you have to. What many people don't realize is that cleaning up after blood-soaked crime scenes can't be done by just anyone. There are companies whose sole purpose is taking on this type of job, and you'd be surprised at how intense and dangerous it can get. I find this hard to believe, but crime scene cleanups didn't really exist until the 1960s. So everything before that, they're just like, we'll have somebody else clean it up. Which is kind of wild to think about.
Where you clean it up yourself.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Just or whatever. Not until the 60s until they're like, we should probably have to pay someone to do this, right? Probably be a little more sanitary. But there was no specialty crew tasked with doing the cleanup. Police officers and investigators would do the work themselves. That is, until it became clear that handling these kind of biohazardous materials was incredibly risky and required trained professionals. From here, the crime scene industry took off. After all, there's no shortage of work to be done. The job isn't just about scrubbing blood from a wall. There's all sorts of biohazard cleanup that needs to be done in most cases. You can't just sit there and be like, well, this guy was shot and stabbed 27 times. Let's do a quick pass. He was sitting here for 3 weeks, so his skin is a part of the carpet. Let's do a quick pass. Get the scrub daddy and a wet cloth. We'll be out here in 5 minutes. Like someone's entire imprint, like one of those Hiroshima shadows or something like that. You're like, oh, that's gonna come right out. It very often includes cases of natural death, as well as even deceased hoarders, sending in entire crews out to sort out all the piles of belongings. Not only that, but because the job is required after the loss of a life, crime scene cleaners must also be trained to give emotional support and resources to the families during the worst moments of their life, which I will say the first or second round of the cleaners, that must have been pretty brutal for the recipients. So, sorry. I'm new to this, I'm sorry. Or whatever. That's a bummer.
Can you imagine coming back to the same house? Back again, huh?
Hate to say deja vu, but here we are again. Today, you can find ads for crime scene cleaner jobs plastered all over social media, giving promo codes for training discounts underneath before and after pictures of straight up murder scenes. It's an awesome kind of way of being like, you want to get into this? Also, that would be a job too, where I'm like, there must be help wanted posters everywhere. Someone please help us.
You think so? I think it's like it'd be like everybody running to get it because it's such a.
You would want to do it? Would you want to do it?
It pays well.
Well, see, that's what you're also like a rat. You're like a man who's just like, I don't know. I mean, do I get to eat the skin afterwards? Or you would have to be so, I mean, like probably the same way that like those investigators have to become desensitized or leave that shit at the door. That's what I respect the most about these kinds of people that are doing these jobs is being able to like separate the horrors of mankind and just like the realities of mankind and then be able to go home and be like, oh baby, look at this. You painted a rabbit. And then not just see like a dead woman's face on it. Peter Cottontail looks a little different.
I don't think I could get used to it, but
no, I mean, I just think it's easier to just be like, oh, if it pays well, I'd do anything. You hear a lot of people say that. A lot of people are just like, well, I mean, it pays more than what I make now. But you don't think about the mental baggage that comes with it. I feel like it'd be a lot. It'd be hard to do. I don't think I could do it. I'd mentally snap. I feel like I'd peek into one room. Shut the door. I am sorry for your loss, but I have got to get out of here. That's how I'd be like.
I'd wear those like meta glasses and put a filter over it, so I don't think I'm cleaning up a dead body.
Yeah, the dead body is just a giant like Beanie Baby. I'm like, look at you.
When you were a kid, did you ever fantasize about like how to get away with murder?
It goes without saying that the job is not for the faint of heart. Crime scene cleaners are pushed into truly horrific scenarios, taking the sights and smells that accompany them. One cleaner compares the smell to meat that's been left out for 3 weeks, which is like that. It just smells like rot. It's like almost like sewagey rot, but then also it always has like a coppery, bloody smell to it.
Have you ever smelt a dead body?
No, dude. No. I mean, to be fair, the only body I've been around, I went to my grandpa's open casket funeral. And I remember I was like 7. I told my mom, I'm like, why do we do that? And my mom was like, I don't know. Because I remember being like, oh, I was like really sad that my grandpa was dead, obviously. And I like went over and looked at him and he's just like this stuffed chemical doll. And he's just like, it was horrifying. Honestly, I think it scarred me for life. But that doesn't smell like obviously like a dead body because they suck all the blood out, all yada, yada, yada. But no, I haven't smelled a dead body. This, on top of hearing from traumatized friends and family members, can do serious mental damage. Cleaners are also expected to be in this environment between several hours to several days, depending on how big the job is. It's not all uncommon for CSC workers to get some form of PTSD due to the nonstop trauma that they are tasked to face. That would be a mental hurdle too. Look at your work schedule. 1 day there. No. 4 days. It's like, that's going to be a gruesome fucking scene. I just had a guy who like shit himself to death. It was a quick in and out. And this is like, oh, this is a whole family that died from like a murder or something. And you're like, oh, fun. I can't wait to unpack that later in life. Because I feel like there's no way it would be impossible. I'm very, very much like realizing right now, these CSC workers, whatever, have the mental fortitude of gods. Like, I don't know how you could do it. I couldn't.
I'm gonna change my answer to no.
You can't change your answer, Nick. You know why you also can't change your answer is because you've asked like, ever fantasize about getting away with killing somebody? You ever smell a dead body, Hunter? Also, before we were recording this, I just want to say Nick was sitting in his chair doing this. And I was like, what's going on? He's like, it's my testicles. I was like, are you having testicular torsion in front of me right now? He's like, so what do we want to do with this? I'm like, don't give me thoughts of war. He's like, ooh. Just sitting there, not moving, having testicular torsion. Go to a doctor.
I'm fine. It doesn't hurt anymore.
The pain, he subsides, Hunter. I'm fine. You, like, drop your pants. There's like these big 2 purple plums like right there. These are normal looking testicles, right, Hunter? These are what Italian balls look like. The scene of a crime is teeming with viruses, mold, bacteria, and bloodborne pathogens. And CSE workers have recounted times where even the slightest mistake has led to serious consequences. Like the time one cleaner had his gas mask slightly loose, leading him to catching a norovirus and being bedridden for a week straight. That's where it would me up too. I'm too lax with that stuff. Like an air fry piece of chicken, and you're like, that looks pink. And I'm like, no, I think it's all right. That would be me. They're like, your thing looks kind of loose. It's covered. I would be the person where then it's like, cut to a week later, I'm completely bald in the bed, just like, I feel thin, Nicholas. Is what I would say. You might be wondering why anyone would subject themselves to this type of chaos day in and day out. Well, it turns out that crime scene cleaning can be financially lucrative, which fucking better be.
When I was reading this made me think. Like in India, the basically subhuman caste that they're the cast. They are the Untouchables. This is their belief system, not mine. The Untouchables are like seen as the lowest of the low, but they do like the most important jobs of like removing dead bodies, cleaning sewers and stuff. People make fun of them and like beat them in the streets. So
they beat them in the street for what?
For being Untouchables. There's a video of like this guy, he's crying, he's like, and these kids are throwing rocks at him and calling him names, but he can't do anything because he's the lowest caste system in India. And they're called Untouchables because they say if you touch them, you become one of them. So if they touch you, you could like charge them.
You're saying they're straight up grinching our Indian brethren? My God, you're a meat one, Mr. Indian. You really are untouchable.
Let's do a fact check.
Also, I want to say the entire time, editor, put all kinds of text warnings that are all around saying that, with arrows being like, this man has nothing to do with that. All right. This is not a part of our warm up before we get into this. That came out of nowhere. You're a meat one, Mr. Indian. I was going to say though, CSC workers, if they're not getting paid well, like if it was a thing, you know, like teachers don't get paid shit. Can you imagine CSC? Yeah, we don't get paid that well. I'd be like, run away from that job. Run away. At least there's the noble aspect of like, it's a job that has to be done. Same with teaching. Usually I would say a lot of teachers get into it because they like the academia system, or they probably had a teacher as well who's like, this person changed my life and they want to do that. So sometimes I feel like sometimes people can be like, I don't get paid as much, but I love what I do. You can have that. It would be hard pressed, I bet, to find someone who's like, oh, I actually really love it. For the CSC worker, don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's a guy who's like, I've been doing it and they're whatever, but I don't think someone's just like, when I grew up, I want to clean up crime scenes or whatever. Or people that say that, it's like usually some like edgy goth kid who's like 14. Your pay depends on how experienced you are and what you're able to handle, with some top earners being able to rake in a large salary doing the dirty work. David Schlum, a man who created his own biohazard cleaning company, revealed that he's made as much as $46,000 during the course of one weekend cleaning up a crime scene. He recalls his first job being so brutal that he shifted between almost fainting and nearly throwing up.
And there's just blood everywhere. I mean, it's brains over here, brains over there. I go like walk over to it, dude, and I start like choking up and like felt like I was gonna faint. I almost passed out. I really didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
But also, he probably almost shifted and fainted from being like 46 G's in one weekend. I'm fucking dizzy too. Yeah. I'd be like the Tin Man almost falling. Another man, Ben Giles, started a similar business in the UK that became a multi-million-dollar company. Of course, that is not without his fair share of horror stories. He's seen bathtubs fully filled with piss and shit. Filled! Dead bodies from hoarders trapped in their own filth, hundreds of needles, a pile of oily pig skins, and perfect skeletons still fully dressed in clothing they died in. And in one instance, he was called over to a supermarket on Christmas Day because a flustered employee decapitated a horse and dragged its head into the establishment to get his revenge. Do you think that they approach it the same way that they would do like a detailed car cleaning? Like, does the guy be like, so he dragged it here? The dispatcher, so yeah, I mean, it's a guy, like, he died in his own shit and piss, and there's like a dead horse or something, blah, blah, blah. Let me see if there's anything else in the notes. Get children crying. Well, you'll figure it out when you get there. Is it as casual as that? It has to be. When it becomes a job and you see that, you have to become desensitized to it a bit. There are piles upon piles of stories told by current or former crime scene cleaners, each more absurd than the last. During a Vice interview, yeah, Vice, one anonymous CSC worker sheds light on a lot of insane scenes they walk into. She recalls the first time she had to clean up chunks of brain.
When you go to clean brain, it mushes into the ground. It doesn't just come off. You kind of have to pick up every little piece before you start scrubbing.
During one meth lab cleanup in a trailer, they found a man still inside cooking. They threatened to call the police and he didn't leave. He told them, quote, if I had a gun, I'd shoot you. Fun! During the scene of another meth cleanup, meth is such a reoccurring character in these stories. I wonder if it's... During the scene of another meth cleanup, the owner had just escaped police in the middle of shooting a graphic video. When the cleanup crew arrived, they found the apartment covered in cinnamon-scented lube, alongside jars full of his own semen that he had been saving. That's really, they don't tell you about the CSC. It's not just dead bodies. You're gonna get some like weird meth head cum jars. He's like, don't even touch those. If you're gonna touch them, keep them sealed, and they need to be room temp at all times.
They say that sets smell the worst too.
No. What? I can't believe it. Just constant moisture? All right. On pleather couches. All right, I'll believe it. 32-year-old Scott Vogel claims that he's been doing it for so long that he no longer feels the need to wear heavy-duty respirators, instead opting for a thin mask because he can no longer carry out the smell of death and gore. I also wonder how much of that too is because of the chemicals you use. Adam, comparing Adam to a CSC worker, Adam, aka Creature Kid, I think that he's consumed so many, or not consumed, but it's like he's been around so many of the chemicals or fumes that I think that it's just he doesn't have any smelling left, or so he can't even smell it. When I was getting my like prosthetics made on my for the short film, whatever, it was insane. Like it'd be like, oh yeah, it'd be crazy, or it'd burn your eyes, and he's like, I don't even smell it now. It was just like all in his face, and he was just applying it, which is just, but that's what I mean is like, I bet you anything, he's just like, I don't, why even put the respirator on? I can't even smell it anyways. Mike Andrews, who's part of one of the longest running crime scene cleanup emergency response units, has seen all sorts of insane things. For example, one hoarder home he attended had a ceiling high pile of used condoms. In another instance, a deceased man had hundreds of those surrounding a sex chair as some sort of shrine. Terry Hayter, a forensic cleaner, explains how many people die while laying on their mattress, and because of this, all the body fluids leak onto it like a sort of like giant sponge, something way less glamorous that you might see in shows like Law and Order, where they're laying there like, dead, whatever, and they're like looking at the body. It's like, no, it's just a bulged out, juicy mattress like a giant hunk of meatloaf. How nasty is that, man?
You think they resell the mattresses?
One of the most putrid parts of the job is cleaning up after a body that has been left unattended for a long time. Not only is their flesh rotting, but the smell is almost unbearable to many. A cleaner named Timothy Molesworth had once been tasked with cleaning the body of a man found dead in his bathroom an entire month after the fact. She went on to say, quote, I literally had to scrape the deceased body matter off the floor tiles into plastic bags. The body wasn't even there. It was just so completely gone. There's like some TikTok videos where you see of people that go into hoarder homes, and they have like shovels and all kinds of like, almost like equipment that you would use to scrape ice off a car or something to get it out of like grout and stuff. What's so crazy to me is like, how as a homeowner, which it also just goes to show fucking landlords and stuff or whatever, how do you not rip everything out and just be like, start from scratch? Because that shit has to go down to the baseboards. Like I bet you the baseboards are fucking, like the actual, or the subflooring of the thing are stained. One of the most insane examples of this story is told by Kelly Polisheks, who witnessed a man who had died from a heart attack underneath a shower that had been running continuously for weeks. It went on for so long that his body melted, clogged the drain, and had his sludgy remains poured out all throughout the house out of his front door. And I'm pretty sure that's how they found him, is because they're like, huh?
There's actually an app in China that says like, are you dead yet or something? Basically, you check in every day.
Oh, wow.
And to see if you're alive, and if you don't check in, they have someone come.
This is, I feel like a lot of people hear about this, but people that are, I live by myself in New York, in like a giant apartment complex, which also has tons of people smoking, doing whatever, which might hide the smell a little bit, or it's like funky and you're like, God, my neighbor's smelling like shit. I would be like, it's mandatory. You have to tell us that you're alive, you know? Back in the early 90s, one man was hired to clean up a crime scene taking place in a rich Los Angeles home in the hills. And according to him, the home was so large that you could easily get lost inside. It even contained an elevator. All the paperwork was done before via fax, so they got to work without meeting anyone that owned the home or was related to the victim. All they knew was that a businessman was killed inside the home, which is also just horrifying. You don't talk to anyone else, they're just like, someone died in there. Go into that dark labyrinth. Well, which room is it? You'll see. Go past the 3 cuckoo clocks and past the dark man's room. That's where you'll find him. The first thing they saw was copious amounts of water damage, leaving them to believe the killer might have left the faucet on after doing the deed, much like the wet bandits in Home Alone. It had seemed that an electrician may have shut off the power in certain parts of the home due to the water damage, leaving parts of the home eerily dark. And at one point, one of them was taking debris towards the exit when all the lights suddenly turned off. Every time the lights would turn back on, a completely different room was shut down in its place. People clearly started to get on edge because one crew member started insisting that it would be more efficient to work all together. We should probably just work together. You can tell that's like some like very kid energy. Whenever you're scared playing a game, when I had Quake 2 or 3 on Nintendo 64, or I'd just been Quake, but anyways, I had that on Nintendo 64 and I'd be like afraid to move forward and I'd be like, hey mom, come check this part out, it's really cool. Just wait for her, just like, what is it? And I'd finally be able to proceed. And she's like, well, what is it? I don't say anything. Everyone was hearing music at some point throughout the house. Closed doors would suddenly be open, and despite nobody going near them, they'd also hear loud, unexplainable banging sounds. Two crew members started taking turns carrying the debris out to the truck, and during the last trip, one of them was left waiting in the dark without a flashlight. Fuck that. At that moment, he hears what appears to be his coworker walking in the shadows. He calls to him, but no response. Then, a third coworker holding a flashlight enters the room in a rush. He says that he swore he heard somebody screaming for him, but nobody raised their voices at all. And one of them admitted that after using the restroom, he saw a complete stranger walk by him and exit the room out of nowhere. They never got answers about what had happened, but some of them were convinced that the person was hiding inside the home, messing with the lights, playing with the music, sneak up close to them to freak them out. Which I will say, we meme on a lot of ghost shit, whatever, on the channel. This does sound like somebody who's just like, it's probably just somebody messing with us, and it was like some actual weird, crazy paranormal shit. This also reminds me of this movie called Session 9, which I want to shout out that movie, Session 9. It's one of those movies that you'd be like, you wouldn't expect it. You're like the cover, it looks like kind of like a Walmart DVD bin thing. It's like an early 2000s, like weird paranormal movie, but that entire sequence reminded me of that movie, Session 9. So hey, shout out Session 9. If anything, play a little clip from it.
Okay. Jeff, mate, go downstairs and make sure he doesn't turn around. You come with me. Hey. Fuck you.
There you go. In the world of crime scene cleaners, it's said that you gain a much larger respect for life as well as the deceased. Not all of them share this respect, however, which leads to some pretty absurd crimes. The company Crime Scene Cleaners from New Zealand felt the need to post images of horrific scenes from their jobs on social media accounts as some sort of weird marketing tactic. And upon investigation, it was discovered that their Facebook page alone posted countless photos containing the aftermath of domestic abuse cases, unattended deaths, and even one particularly gruesome post showed a victim's remains being scraped off a train. And in the photo, the crew member was holding up a human bone with a toothy grin on his face and a caption stating, "I'm very happy with his find." If that wasn't tone deaf enough, other posts showing maggot-infested bodies were captioned, "Human reigns for these fat wee beasts." What the f does that even mean, you psychos? Police had gotten involved and all the posts were taken down, but the company essentially got off with a warning based on them being seemingly remorseful, which, you know what, I will say, it feels very tone deaf, but I can also see what they're saying of like trying to normalize a job that maybe gets scrutiny online or whatever, but to not have the awareness to be like, man, that's somebody's like relative or whatever, or to like lift up somebody's bone and be like, oh, look, what is that? Other cleaners, like an employee from Clean Scene AZ, were causing problems from the very beginning of the job. They sent photos to their client, who was the niece of the deceased, to show their progress. Hey, so your dad's scalp and his other stuff, that's all, we got it cleaned up a little bit, but you can see still a bit of his calf and some toes, so we'll get that tomorrow. One of the photos was of a completely different house! That's not my mom. Oh, my bad. Wrong one. New phone. Sorry, who this? Just kidding. Then one employee, Deborah Claywell, brought along people who didn't work for the company to come along and take all of their valuables. When the niece returned to the home, the garage door was open and a car was missing. And not only that, but they had stolen jewelry, money, and the deceased woman's credit card before going on a spending spree. Clean AZ refused to take any of the blame, but eventually offered a full refund for their services before firing Deborah. I mean, listen, just because we have a couple bad eggs doesn't mean we can put it all on us. Which I will say, if it's that egregious, this is me just don't have any proof, but I'm just saying it feels like anytime I've ever been in a job, like working at like a grocery store, if somebody gets caught doing something, it's because they probably learned it from somebody else or they like have done it together. It's truly strange just how fascinated people are with the darkest and most gruesome side of society. It's long since been a fascination for the younger generation who will gladly watch videos of influencers deep cleaning hoarder dens or graves. Even as recently as 2024, there was a cleaning simulator game called Crime Scene Cleaner in which you play a man working for the mob. The game is essentially just cleaning up murder scenes in an oddly satisfying way. I think it's kind of like the one where you have like the power washer, like that game. Is that just called Power Washing Simulator or something? It's the way that those games, like almost like a slot machine, the way that it sounds cleaning off. It's almost ASMR or something. So I could see someone cleaning up that kind of shit. There's even a biohazard cleanup company called Spalding Decon that hosts the Crime Scene Cleaning YouTube channel, posting videos documenting their cleaning adventures. The channel has 1.5 million subscribers, and their most viral video titled Tub with Chunks of Flesh shows them cleaning up after a mother passed away in the bathtub. Comments on this video video repeatedly point out how insane it is that they're so disgusted by it, but keep watching because they're so fascinated. Which is true too. It feels kind of taboo almost, doesn't it? It's like something you shouldn't watch, but you do. And also, I feel like a lot of these channels are a bit more respectful with, they're not like showing anything crazy, but they are showing like, this is what the reality of it is, which I think it's kind of like admirable. Like whenever I saw even the people cleaning hoarder houses, unfucking believable, man. And it is insane too to be like, look at what this person was able to like completely turn around. And it's like fascinating too to be like, how many times have I been in a place and it's been a crime scene or so, like stuff that I don't know. Like you rent a home, it was a hoarder house before or something. Cause I don't think do you have to disclose that? I think if you're buying a house, you have to disclose that, like if somebody was like, if it was an active crime scene or something. Over on TikTok, CSE workers are filming their entire process and gaining millions of views. These videos often show blood and filth, likely left up under the label of education content. And also I think it's satisfying. It's that ASMR. It's like people that deep clean cars. Anticipation and payoff. I see a dirty thing, I see it get clean. That was satisfying. I think it's just like a weird primitive tick in our brains too. There are so many massively important jobs that go unnoticed by the majority of society. It can't be understated that crime scene cleaners are providing a necessary service to society. One that not only keeps things clean, but helps victims mentally prepare for the loss of loved ones. If you find yourself innately fascinated by true crime and want to make a living surrounded by all its dark and seedy elements, maybe this is something you want to do for a living. But just remember that podcasts and movies might not properly prepare you for the horrors that you find inside. Thank you guys so much, and hey, stay clean out there. We will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Coming in sundown because today we are delving into the wild, wild world of Craigslist. If you're purchasing something online, chances are you're heading to either Amazon or eBay, one of the big retailers, right? While this is standard, back in the day, there was a website that was surely competing with the big dogs of the internet commerce. Craigslist. And its heyday was massive. I mean, everybody used Craigslist in all kinds of different ways, not even just for sales, but social meetups, all kinds of, it was just like a weird, odd message board. Kind of reminded me of 4chan a bit, how it's laid out and the kind of different boards you could go to, but you could also specify it specifically to your area. It's kind of crazy. It separated itself from other shopping websites by allowing people to rant and post more than their unwanted junk. Sadly, the website has become a husk of its former self, but many weird, insane posts made there are either still up or have been preserved for us to see. And throughout its history, Craigslist has garnered a reputation for having some of the weirdest people on the internet, which is exactly why we're looking in it today. So, hide your credit card and lock your doors as we reveal some of the most depraved and crazy things to ever happen on Craigslist. If you want a good idea of what kind of person Craigslist attracts, there's no better place to start than the weird stuff they purchase. Unlike Amazon, you could literally buy anything on Craigslist so long as someone listed it. In 2008, Chris Wilson purchased a dilapidated 300-foot-long cruise ship called the Aurora for $600,000 with the intention of restoring it. It's just awesome. The ship was built shortly after World War II and needed a lot of work. It's a huge ship. It's crazy. It's a war vessel, basically. When asked if he had any experience building ships, he said no, but insisted he was a fast learner and that he has rebuilt some cars in his past, claiming that he'd be just fine. I love that. In total, the ship had 85 cabins, a theater, and a swimming pool that required over $1 million in renovations. So, for 15 years, Chris traveled the world, salvaging parts needed to restore the ship to its former glory. Progress had been going strong until 2023, when he was forced to sell the ship because a majority of the locals in the area thought the ship was an eyesore. I was gonna say, dude, you. Are you restoring a ship? Go yourself. After it was sold, the Coast Guard towed the ship, but it began to sink and pollute the surrounding waters because of a massive hole in the ship's hull. The city's government then had to step in and maintain water pumps in the ship's hull until it could be salvaged for scrap. Many people theorized that the abandoned ship was haunted, which makes sense given Craigslist's reputation as a hotspot for items. I mean, as you remember, I'm pretty sure the divot box was sold on Craigslist.
eBay's haunted item, yeah.
The most fucking haunted object of all time was a Craigslist sale. So who knows? I just want to say that falls into the HOA kind of thing too. I don't, dude, if I bought also, you've been around it how long?
Yeah.
Over a decade, and just now all of a sudden it's an eyesore. That's why I'd put cannons on it first. Go ahead, say something. Go ahead. Talk about my ghost ship. I want you to. Also, a guy just being like, yeah, I restore hot rods. I can restore a full warship.
The confidence.
You have to have that. You have to have that confidence. You have to have that level of mystique and confidence about you. Christian Helms was fortunate enough to have his backyard used as a set in 2012 for an episode of Anthony Bourdain's show, No Reservations. RIP. Years later, he would list his Primo ceramic grill on Craigslist, claiming that the spirit of Anthony Bourdain possessed it. That is so up. Yeah, you can buy my Anthony Bourdain haunted ceramic grill. That's got to be illegal, right?
No.
Is that illegal? Couldn't the family sue you?
Are you gonna prove his ghost is not in there? Good luck.
Well, he never liked you anyways. That's why he's not talking to you right now. He talks to me all the time.
That's the thing. Oh my god, that's a huge loophole. Because you could say like this thing's haunted by like Anthony Bourdain, and then say it's saying the most fucked up shit, and they can't do anything.
They can't.
Because you're like, a ghost said it.
It has. There's got to be some kind of law. There's no. I can't believe it. He claimed the grill loves dirty water hot dogs and tubed meats, isn't a fan of craft beer or Guy Fieri, and refuses to cook meatless meats and blast music by Midwestern punk rock band The Dead Boys. The listing for $450 sold quickly and gained a lot of attention because of how insane the listing sounded. When asked if it was really possessed, he said he made all the stuff up to sell the grill quicker.
Now you could be sued for libel.
Now it's sued for libel. Also, you're not gonna. It's $450. Yeah. Imagine that story just to be like for $450. Seems a bit silly. Sometimes the most unexpected things become hot commodities, like a butt-shaped pumpkin. The owner of the Post had to stop allowing offers because their phone had been flooded with numbers of people desperately trying to get their hands on the butt-shaped pumpkin.
You think?
Oh, people have bought it to fuck it for sure. I'm just gonna get that out of the way. A little corkscrew and a little. Definitely. Or how a vegan man needed to quickly sell 20 pounds of bacon that his ex-wife stocked his fridge with as a sick joke. On the opposite side of the spectrum, some items are left to rot in the owner's possession. One person was trying to sell their grandpa's 18-foot sailboat. The only issue was that it was stuck in their backyard pool. After their grandpa couldn't sail anymore, he hired a crane to take his boat from the marina and drop it in his pool in his backyard. Now the seller was stuck with a massive sailboat and no way to use it, and they said the boat was free to anyone who could get it the hell out of there. The only condition was that you couldn't damage any of the landscaping or block walls during the removal process, which I'm like, dude, beggars can't be choosers right now. Your grass is gonna get tore up a little bit, all right? The boat was also missing a trailer as well as parts of the poles that hold the sails and the sails themselves. The impossible feat of removing a partially scrapped boat resulted in the Post going untouched. No. Yeah, you wanna come work a 40-hour work week for a month trying to get this boat in my backyard? And also, you keep it? You keep this junk? I don't pay you to do any of it?
It looks like a nice boat.
It looks like a nice boat, but not enough to warrant how much of a headache it'd be. Because also, to me, it sounds like a trap where the guy's like, you break it, you buy it, and I feel like he's wanting to get some landscaping, also done for free. Also, you f***ed my landscapes, you owe me X.
A little trap.
It's a trap.
Yeah, a little sailboat trap.
It's a trap. Another insane item that was never sold was an entire town. Seneca, California was a former gold mining town that has since been abandoned and turned into a ghost town. The original owners who purchased it in 1970s had sat on it for decades, barely maintaining it. And in 2013, 2013 stuff lately. In 2013, they attempted to sell the property for $225,000, but nobody was interested. The town itself had a bar, tons of old cabins, and abandoned mining equipment. It also lacked any modern amenities such as running water, electricity, and is located in the remote desert, so that's fun. The only selling point was that the local bar had an active liquor license.
Not bad.
Already a moneymaker. It took 6 years to sell, and now the current owners let the liquor license expire with no plans to renovate. Okay. You take that town, what you do, Nick, is you have to get a septic system, spend a little money on it, right? But then you make it one of those old-timey Western towns.
Oh, like a tourist attraction.
Exactly, and there's an old-timey bar, liquor license already there. You can get people drunk and have them go mine for gold, or you do that fun thing that I liked when I was a kid where you put the fake dinosaur bones in the ground, and then kids go like,
I've always wanted to do that.
Oh, it's the best. It was awesome. There's this like this restaurant that was here way back in the day called like T-Rex or something, but it was like a dinosaur themed restaurant. It was fucking awesome. Animatronic dinosaurs everywhere. And they had like a Build-A-Bear, but instead of a Build-A-Bear, it was like an archaeology dig site. I loved it. It was awesome. It's gone now. It's gone. Never to return. Children have no imagination now. They have no will to go anywhere. They just have to be on their iPads. One of the best parts about Craigslist was its Missed Connections tab. My favorite. Missed Connections is the best. Where people posted personal requests to find others they may have met. It was removed in 2018, but many of the best posts still survive. In a post titled, "You Farted During Boyhood," a man is trying to find the man who farted during a movie and made his experience magical. He claimed that while watching the movie Boyhood, someone's fart broke the silence and changed the perspective of the film for him. He described it as a loud, deep, and masculine, and with the impact of a baseball bat hitting a leather couch, or George Foreman working the heavy bag. Is that the fart? After the laughter died down in the theater, another fart could be heard as the credits rolled, which he described as two giant hands clapping together. Kind of fart is that? To him, the watching experience had been almost life-altering, and so he wanted to make a post hoping to find the man responsible for the gas and to thank him. I also just want to say, misconnections is the best. Usually it's men seeking women.
Yeah.
Just want to say that. But it's usually something of like, you looked beautiful in your red dress. I ordered a hot cocoa. And you looked at me, and I thought you looked at me, or something like that. Yeah. To where they're so cryptid sometimes that it's like, how would anyone ever actually know that was them?
It's very delusional too. Of like, I held the door open, you gave me that look. And we both knew.
Yeah, it's definitely someone who's like a person, usually a man, is hyper fixating on like a woman smiling at him. Thank you. She loves me, that kind of thing. Yeah, but they're very fun to sift through. It's a little gold mine.
I want to know if any of them met up.
There has to be some success stories, right? I mean, it's got to be very slim. I don't know. We'd have to see. Shockingly, many people post to seek out others that they met while inside or near a dumpster. That's just gonna throw that out there. One woman claimed that she was running from aliens when she hopped inside a dumpster and found a man inside. The two shared a drink from his flask and discussed their love of grilled cheese, and sadly the romance had to end as the woman had to get out of the dumpster to go shit at a nearby gas station, and when she came back, the man was gone.
This sounds like a hallucination.
What a bummer. No, it's real. Now she's looking to meet up again behind the local McDonald's, and God willing, I hope it happens. But see, that's the beautiful thing of the misconnection post. You get a lot of schizophrenic or just like drug hold brain people that are like, remember the aliens and we shared the flask and I had to take a shit. So you remember that? What if there was one guy who came out though and he's just like, I remember. I've been missing you this whole time. Oh,
that'd be a love story.
That'd be an awesome love story. A man took to the missing connections page hoping to find the man he came into contact with while naked dumpster diving. While out walking, he noticed a dumpster filled with DVDs and decided to hop in and dig around. Not wanting to dirty his clothes, he stripped down to only his sneakers and went to town. While digging, he heard a noise outside the dumpster and saw the man he was looking for carrying trash bags. The interaction was brief as the man quickly turned around and walked back into the store before any words could be exchanged. And apparently, the man he is looking for works for a local adult video store and hopes he can love a 30-something man with a few good teeth. So also just want to say that also just shines a light that the DVDs were all
yes. Yeah. Oh,
which
look at
is,
these.
he's just like, look at that. A little Scrooge McDuck action. Come on, man. Also, I love how it's like he was unfazed. Of course the guy's unfazed. You know how many fucking weird dumpster diving people? He's probably like, hey, whatever you do, just don't open the loop thing. They've gone bad. The guy probably took it. He's just like, I'll bet you anything he'd make love to me tenderly. He'd lay me down soft.
If he works at the video store, just go in the video store. Why are
you know where he works?
Yeah.
Go in there. But see, that's the thing is he's a pussy about it. See, the misconnection tab a lot of the time is people that are not brave enough. Some people will be like, you work here. Go talk to him.
Yeah, you work at
But it's them being like, I don't know. They gotta make the first move. Whatever, dude. Hey, could you just be on the specific website at a certain time and see this? Also, the goal, the narcissism to be like, someone's like, that was incredible. I have to check the missing connections tab. You know what I mean? Probably the most common posts in the missing connections forum are people trying to find their true love. Almost all of them.
Yes.
It's love.
Yeah.
Right? If it's about friendship, I'm always just like, you gotta stay away from that guy. But the love, see, love is blinding.
Well, the friendship is just like starred love. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I think it's a false sense of like, I'm just looking for a friend. You're not looking for you're looking for a friend who's all of a sudden it's like, oh, you want to go back to my place? No. No, I don't. Also, sometimes I think it's a lot of gay guys, closeted gay men being like, just looking for a bud. To once again be like,
I'd fall for that trap maybe.
sure, I can come up. Okay, come on up. Yeah, if there's ever like a Jeffrey Dahmer type, you'd be, man.
Oh, yeah.
A couple beers and watch the game? Honestly, why not? That sounds like good. Yeah.
This drink tastes funny.
Oh man, it tastes funny, but it's good. Just slam back. Like chalky. In a post titled, Man of My Dreams, a woman posted a picture of a man drinking beer in a kayak during a flood. Seems a bit, okay. She found him super attractive because he didn't show any fear and wasn't waiting for the National Guard to save him. Now that's a man. Instead, she said he was like a gondolier in the canals of Venice, a beacon of hope and comfort. She ended the post by saying he was a true New Orleans, and she hopes to find her Prince Charming. Like how it took Hurricane Katrina for this woman to be like, now that's a man. You're like one of them funny Italians who sing on the boats. Sing me something, sweet chariot. For those who have felt frustrated about their lives, Craigslist has you covered with the rants and raves category. A woman posted a rant about how her bus boyfriend and how she yearned for his smell. You never really take into consideration the smell factor of people's lustfulness, do you?
Well, they had pheromones.
And people, oh, Ooh, you know what I mean? A bus boyfriend. I've never heard of like, is that, so to me, is this somebody who's like regularly on the bus?
Yes.
Who does not know they're in a relationship though?
It's like your work husband.
Yeah, okay, sure.
That's what.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, some of them work husband bullshit. If you gotta watch out, because that shit gets real very quick, doesn't it? Girls and guys joking around like that.
Work husband becomes new boyfriend.
Work husband becomes, we're doing a little taco tickle in the break room. You gotta watch out, man. The two originally met one morning after he sat next to her. She talked about how she loved his soul patch, but more importantly, the way he smelled. I'm gonna go ahead and say that again. His soul patch and the way he smelled. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think it's Irish Spring. But it's, yeah, thank you. It's awesome. She was relieved he didn't smell like he smoked crack or cigarettes, which also happened to turn her on. She didn't want to get too horny, Nick, because I love the smell of crack and a little bit of cigarettes in there. But I don't want to get too horny. I get wet, I get all goopy, leave a little snail trail on the bus. She described it as sweet, soft, and clean, and admitted to silently sniffing him throughout the entire ride.
Creepy. Why would you just met this guy.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing? Hey, nice to meet you. I love your soul patch. Thanks. You smell great. Thank you. Also, he definitely knew that she was smelling him. She's just like, oh.
I kept looking and she'd look away real quick.
Oh, her eyes are open the entire time smelling him. Oh. Oh, and he's just like, didn't acknowledge her. Oh. She's on his shoulder. Oh. Wow. In the following days, the couple sat next to each other as the woman describes the sexual tension building between them as they talked about books and their lives. That's sexual tension. How do they not get it on right there, Nick? It's palpable. It's in the air. It became such a big obsession that she told her boyfriend about her bus boyfriend and their conversations. That is brutal. The guy's like, what?
Yeah.
You want to fuck a guy on the bus because he say he smells like crack? No, he doesn't smell like that. That is a turn on though.
Does that mean that her boyfriend smells like crack?
That's what I'm wondering. He's like, babe, I smoke crack all the time. Why do we barely have sex? She's like, yeah, complicated. It's complicated. She did this to make him aware and jealous of the other man wanting to be around her. She said he felt threatened by the conversation, so he made sure to have passionate sex with her to mark his territory and, quote, realized that he was damn fortunate to have access to this poon. It's one of those things when immediately you have a picture of someone in your head and they immediately turn into like the white trash version of that. That's exactly what happened. You're like, oh, which honestly I should have seen at the crack and everything, but you know what I mean. Come on. One morning, her bus boyfriend didn't sit next to her and instead chose a seat at the back of the bus. She almost got up to join him, but a 300-pound man sat next to her, smothering her with his body odor. Since that day, she hasn't seen him and yearns for his scent. That guy had to have said that, I'll pay you $70 to ride the bus with me and just sit there and block her in. She's like, excuse me. No, I just want to get... Back in the day, Craigslist was a good way to find new friends, but it was also a great place to make sworn enemies. Veganism has been a controversial topic over the last few decades, but has upset one man so badly that he wanted to make a vegan fight club. He hopes to find a vegan that he can fight with no rules and he can just beat the shit out of them. They can both just beat the hell out of each other. Does this sound like a man who's wrestling with guilt? Like a guy being that upset over veganism? Do you think it's because he's like, I feel bad that I'm like killing animals and eating them? But you can't get that over on me because it tastes good. It's good.
I feel like if he was like looking to beat like gay men, I feel like he'd be a closeted homosexual.
I think that still transcribes to veganism because if anything, then he wants the vegan guy to fight back so then he can be punished. And essentially, it's painful. Well, I fought for this.
Exactly.
I fought to eat meat. That kind of thing. To make himself seem more intimidating, he claims to have been a yellow belt in judo 10 years prior and aims to fight someone to work through his feelings. I just need to beat someone up. He's healthy. This is a healthy mind. If I can't physically altercate with somebody, I can't get these demons out. Despite it being a no rules fight, he immediately lays out his conditions. There's no rules, but I got a few rules. The vegan must wear a t-shirt that reads vegan, then nobody gets hurt.
Maybe wordplay.
I'm telling you, it feels like a sexual thing. I feel it's odd. So he can get super amped and angry during the fight. I want you to get me angry. That's pretty much what he's saying.
Yeah.
Likewise, he will wear a shirt with something equally provoking, like "Eat your steak like a man" or McDonald's.
Yeah, this is a deeply insecure man.
This is a deeply, deeply insecure man who has a lot to work out. The next rule requires the person to be a fully committed vegan for 3 years or more, and to work in a fully vegan environment to demonstrate their commitment. The final rule is that they have to be politically active and have scars from protests they're attended. This would show that they actually take their beliefs seriously instead of simply doing it to impress people or to get laid. This is skewing to either this is very real or this is extremely fake. It's one or the other. I can't tell.
I think this guy, his girlfriend cheated on him with a vegan.
100%.
And this is him trying to like get back at vegans.
100%. Something has happened to this man in the past where he has felt wronged through some kind of insecure. Something has happened, and he wants to kill the demon that's hovering over him. He hopes that if there is someone out there fully committed to the fight, they can gain respect for each other's views while kicking the shit out of each other. I don't believe that's what he's. I like how he tries to end it with him being like, and then we can become friends at the end. Whenever you visit a website, you expect to have fun and safe experience. Unfortunately, some people have taken advantage of others, which has led to Craigslist crimes. It's not uncommon for criminals to sell stolen items on Craigslist, but in one instance, it exposed a much darker crime. In October of 2016, Sheriff Deputy Frankie Bybee responded to a service call at the home of a 79-year-old woman, whom he soon befriended. Over the next few months, Frankie got close to the woman and eventually gained access to her banking statements. As soon as he got access, he began siphoning over $65,000 to his own account. Good guy. The woman was quick to notice numerous fraudulent checks leaving her account and asked Frankie what was going on. In a panic, he forced her to ingest pills to make it seem like she took her own life so he could go off scot-free. Luckily, the woman survived and had a lengthy recovery in the hospital. God. Police were able to identify Frankie as the main suspect through fingerprints found on the fraudulent checks. Investigators cemented the case against him when they found Craigslist post where he had sold her dog.
He's in the picture too.
What a dumbass. Also too, like, it's how greedy can you be? Yeah, I'll even sell the fucking dog. I mean, can you leave her the dog? Does she have one companion in her life? My God. He was arrested in 2017 and charged with an attempted murder, theft, and fraud, and it took 4 years before being sentenced to 15 years in prison. Only 15 years?
For attempted murder?
Attempted murder, tens of thousands of dollars stolen, and selling the goddamn dog. 15. Frankie, you did a bad... Can we admit that Frankie did a bad thing? Everyone's like, yeah, all right. Go have 15 years of vacation. You'll get your job back when you're done. Craigslist is notorious for a lot of things. One of its darker stories involves a straight-up serial killer. In 2009, Philip Markoff started paying for sex workers on Craigslist and meeting them in hotel rooms. After a few initial meetups, things would escalate. He met up with 25-year-old Julissa Brisman. Once inside the hotel room, he bound her and shot her before fleeing the scene. He'd replicate this act 2 more times, except instead of killing the women, he would rob them and make his escape. Police were quick to pick up on the perpetrator, who repeatedly contacted Craigslist and threatened them with a gun. Craigslist! They eventually linked Philip to Craigslist killer and arrested him while he was driving with his fiancée. Brutal. Man, I feel so bad for like wives or any of that shit when they're like, wait, what? It's like, yeah, I've been fucking prostitutes and I shoot them in the face with a pillow. I'm sorry, Sarah. I'm sorry. Also, too, do you think that ever translates to people in their own life getting killed? Or do you think there's always that separation? Like him starting with Craigslist prostitutes, do you think that translates to like his neighbor pisses him off so then he kills his neighbor? Like, do you think he feels, because I have to imagine that once you get into that realm, you become like power hungry or like, no one can catch me.
I think it depends. If it's prostitutes, it's probably just like an easy kill.
Well, yeah, because it's just people, no one's going to be looking for them kind of thing. They're already in desperate means. I'm just saying that like, I wonder if that's just, if it evolves in that way. Where after a while it's like that doesn't become fun anymore and it has to be more dangerous or something. Because there has to be like a thrill aspect of like, oh, am I gonna get caught? Right? And
then eventually, yeah, I could see that. You're getting bored and you're like, oh.
Then if you're the fiance there, you're like, I wonder how long it would have been until I would have been fucking next. Who knows? You know? And then it would have been a thing of like, oh, I get new fiancés and I kill him. He's a psychopath. Philip was a medical student with no previous medical record. So had it not been for the Craigslist messages, he might have gotten away with the whole damn thing. Thank God for the Craigslist messages, like I say. The next time you go buy something online, try and find it on Craigslist. You might be surprised by what you see. There's still a lot of cool shit on Craigslist. I will say it's overrun with ads now, and like basically people have made scripts to where bots can post stuff for like even like dealerships and stuff. It's not as good as it like it used to be, but every once in a while someone does upload some sick stuff. So yeah, it's still worth going to. The website is severely underrated and has helped countless people find new trinkets, new lovers, and ways to vent about their lives. Craigslist might be a dying website, but the legacy it will leave behind lives on forever and ever and ever. But at the same time, if you're going to, here's another hack. If you're on Craigslist and let's say you're buying like a Nintendo 64, there's a lot of like retro game people that go on Craigslist and look for stuff. Meet somewhere public, have someone come with you, and never go to anyone's house. Or be like, I'll meet you at a McDonald's parking lot. Just be smart about it, all right? If someone's like, got the whole collection in my basement. You can be like, nah, could you bring it to this place? And if they say no, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
The Nintendo 64 is not worth it.
They actually say go to the police station for like meet outside a police station.
Nah, I mean, that's obnoxious. I mean, go to like just a public, like a McDonald's. There's always going to be someone in a drive-thru. Go to McDonald's. Also, don't go there. Don't go to a public place. Oh, it's 3 a.m. Go to like McDonald's at noon. There's going to be people around.
Their shift ends at midnight, so
Yeah, that's the best time they can do it. You're like, well, figure out another day. I get it, but it's also just kind of weird to be like, let's meet at the police station. No. What? Well, I'll meet you at Walmart. We can meet in front of Walmart by the security camera. You know what I mean? Just shit like that. Yeah, I don't know. Meet in front of the police station. What a weird thing. Officer, could you watch over this transaction? Thank you. For the love of God, be safe. Take care of each other. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on and sit down because today we'll be pulling back and unveiling the horrors of hair transplants. Not me though, dude. Look at this hairline.
Oh, you got a good hairline.
All you bald bitches out there. Hey, Jacob! Huh? Come here! Don't make me wait.
What's up?
Sit on Dad's lap. You're a big guy. You're looking at me and you're looking at this full head of hair. Now look at what you could become.
Wait.
What happened? What? Why are you hiding? Hey! You son of a bitch! You cut it off! God damn it! Why? Get out! You're fired! Get out of here! I can't believe you cut it!
I had to.
You had the most beautiful set of hair coming, and you ruined it. You bald son of a bitch. Get out of here. Fuck! I ruined my entire fucking month. Everyone wants to like the way they look, except Jacob. Whether it's trying a new hairstyle or updating your wardrobe, there's usually ways to do it. But what about those cursed with bad genes? I'm talking about baldness. Yuck! 2 out of every 3 men experience hair loss to some degree before age 40. And by age 60, hair loss comes for us all. Many will go completely bald. It can be hard to lose your hair, especially when it's such an important part of your look, right? Because of this, many have turned to hair transplants. It may seem like a life-changing opportunity, but if you're not careful, you can be left scarred for life. With the potential financial and physical risks that come with attempting to get your hair transplants, it makes you wonder why people would ever go through with it. And for many, it's very, very simple. Being bald is the worst. Do I have a bald spot on top of my head?
That's just where your hair parts.
Are you sure? Problem is I feel like it comes mostly with good-looking men. Good-looking men, they went through their whole life, getting their dick sucked, balls licked, girl taking her fingernail, rubbing the ridges of his taint, and all that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Living La Vida Loca, and then those motherfuckers get their hair thinned out real quick. Then they look at it and they start doing this. Us big, fat-ass, beautiful men, balls full of semen from never being touched by a woman. My beautiful lion mane. How foolish you are to give away your seeds so easily, my friend.
What if that is the thing?
I think it has partially to do with semen retention. As if I wasn't just in my fucking bedroom beating it all day.
It's transferring to the woman. They're taking all your fucking hairline again.
I tell you what, too, just to turn around a bit, I've seen some women's hairlines. God damn.
Turn around?
No, I'm saying I've to turn around. Oh. Nick actually physically turned around. I said to turn around. While many people are quick to shave off their remaining hair and embrace their new bald lifestyle, others spend the rest of their lives feeling pretty fucking torn up about it. And on TikTok, you can find people voicing their frustrations about being the town punching bag due to their baldness. For some bald men, being reminded of their baldness is like a mental and physical punch to the gut. Videos can be seen of heated confrontations erupting out in public, either during fast food freakouts or road rage incidents. In the heat of the moment, calling out someone for being bald seems to send these men into chaotic fits of rage.
You need to be removed from the gene pool because you're too fucking stupid to be alive.
Yeah?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you have no hair, sweetie. Oh, baby.
Touch me. Fucking touch me. Fucking touch me. Touch me. Fucking touch me. When you flip somebody off, it's assault.
Which I will say, calling a white man bald is the equivalent of the N-word. I will die on that hill. Go up to any like boomer man and be like, whatever, you fat bald bitch. Hey! They'll start shaking. What the fuck did you just say to me? That kind of thing. You can say anything else to him. Anything at all. Call him bald. That shit cuts deep. It's like one of those fucking knives in Dune, whatever. You know what I mean? Piercing through the armor. Because you can say all kinds of things. Ugly ass fucking outfit. They're like, I like this outfit actually. Call him bald though. Ooh. Also, every old bald man, their fucking, like their head, it just wrinkles up. The shape of it, it's like, it looks like Homer's mouth. Dude, just talking to all these bald people would fucking gross me out, dude. It's so weird. Ugh. Many people who find themselves losing their hair at a young age take to the internet to lament the fact that it's actually much harder to be bald than people make it out to be. All right, you guys think it's all a joke, but that shit's rough, all right? One poor soul rants about how his family told him women love bald men to help him cope, only for him to realize that he supposedly went from a 7 out of 10 to a 4 out of 10 after shaving the rest off, and women no longer seem to be interested in him. Where he got these numbers is probably somewhere in La La Land in his head. But still, that's his perception, that's his belief, it affects his confidence, he's fucked. He admits to being saddened by his bald head every single day for the past 2 years. Many bald men face ridicule from people, but this discrimination can sometimes bleed into your place of work. Uh-oh. Hey, Jacob! There we go. Come down. For people that don't know, Jacob had a beautiful set of long, silky, straight hair. This is awesome because I'm curious to get a bald man's perspective because my hair is so rich, so full.
It's true.
Come around here. We'll take off the beanie. You gotta show you that you're proof that you're bald. Oh, gross. As a bald man, how do you feel about your bald head?
It does make me incredibly sad because, as Hunter said, I used to have very long, straight blonde hair, and especially since by 19, it started to go. So basically over a decade now, I'm just ashamed of myself. And I wear a hat constantly.
If some guy came up and they made fun of you being bald, is that your N-word?
I'd probably be a little traumatized, yeah. It's just unnecessary, you know? I know I'm bald.
It's true. I got eyes. We all got eyes. All right. Thanks a lot, Cue Ball. Shamefully puts his beanie back on and goes back upstairs. Been wearing the same goddamn beanie since he was 12 years old. And the U. A 61-year-old worker named Mark Jones had been working in a sales job for 2 years, and his manager always desired an energetic and youthful team, and at one point directly stating, "I don't want a team of bald-headed 50-year-old men." Not bad, all right? When I go into a place I want to feel young, I want to feel spry, right? Going to a place, a bunch of bald, especially bald British guys, oh my God. These guys are, "Can I help you with something?" Fucking, they got the super shiny heads. Well, if I have to put like turtle wax on their head or something like that, I'm telling you, it's shiny. I have to put on some shades.
Yeah, it's blinding.
Hey, kid, I'll get you a telly, eh? I'll get you stuff a face, eh?
What?
Soon, Mark happened to be put on a performative improvement plan. He was not underperforming, but was apparently being iced out in order to replace him with 2 young, hip new hires. After feeling pressure for some time, he quit, filed a complaint with his employer, and won $86,000. Holy shit! Among the many things that money was meant to cover, one was injury to feelings. Hey, Jacob. I actually think that I like your look, man.
What was that about the money? And
We'll get you a wig. The hatred of bald people came to a head in 2024 when UK court ruled that making comments about a person's scalp can be considered sexual harassment, believing that it inherently relates to gender. Seriously, Jacob, your look is sick, man.
I'm hearing every word.
This became a topic of discussion after a man named Tony Finn accused his boss of sexual harassment after being called a stupid bald cunt. There are rumors that the panel of judges making this decision just so happened to be bald as well. See, it's a big fucking conspiracy, dude. All these fucking bald Illuminati bastards, I'm telling you. But it's not just insults from women that bald men have to worry about. Even some animals are targeting them as well. Over in a small English village, a hormonal hawk began terrorizing the older bald men that lived there over the course of several weeks. One 75-year-old man named Jim Hewitt was left with his head bloodied after being dive-bombed by the bird, leaving him and the other bald residents forced to wear bike helmets when they left the house. That is awesome, dude. I'll go out with your helmet away. Eventually, the hawk was lured into someone's shed and captured. But it doesn't stop there. In the most extreme cases, bald men are literally being hunted down. In Mozambique, a series of ritual attacks in 2017 led to the police publicly warning the bald population this was due to a superstition supposedly spread around by witch doctors, giving credence to the cultural belief that the heads of bald men contain gold. Hey Jake, can I get you to come down here real quick? Can you grab a hammer also real quick too? Because of this, 3 bald men were killed in a single week. What? It was said that one victim was dismembered, supposedly to use the organs for a ritual by the doctor to bring wealth to the client.
After the first one, you'd see there is no gold.
Or what if they think that someone already grabbed the gold? That it's gone. Or that the bald bastards spend the gold themselves. It's no wonder that bald people are afraid or ashamed of the way they look. Thankfully, people have been trying to solve this problem for quite some time. And let me tell you, still in this day and age, there's not a final solution. Can we associate bald people with demonic forces?
Yes.
That's what I think. There's a lot of solutions on the market that claim to cure male baldness, but many of them are either ridiculous or even more demoralizing than just being bald. In the 90s, a revolutionary spray-on hair product called GLH hit the market. It came in every hair color and could be applied in a matter of minutes. It worked by spraying small coated particles that grabbed onto existing hair, filling out the rest of your scalp. Before this, men had to use Topic, which was essentially the same thing, but you had to sprinkle a bunch of small fibers on your head. You basically had to be a fucking chia plant. Today, the pour-on fiber is still a super popular option and has dramatically improved. Science has gotten there, but not far enough. Now, you can go to barber shops where they'll shine your big fucking bald head and apply an adhesive that allows the fibers to stick so you don't have to reapply them all the time. Another popular option is toupees, which these are essentially small wigs that fit perfectly over bald spots.
I've seen ones where it's little kids who are bald.
That's sad.
And the guy makes them, I think he makes them for free.
If I was the kid, I'd be like, Mom, you need to fucking pay for this. I'm a bald kid. I'm not a fucking monster. All right?
Luckily, the guy I saw, he's also bald because he does this. The kids are all sad and crying and he leans over and he lifts it up.
Start screaming. This is our future. They're intended for men who still have hair on the side of their heads, but not on top. You got the little cul-de-sac cut. Love a cul-de-sac cut. Jacob shaved his. Hope he burns in hell. Doesn't matter. Though some completely bald men do still use the toupees, but not all of them. Early versions were very primitive and obvious, but today you can hardly tell when somebody is wearing one. Though the realism comes with a hefty price. On average, a toupee can cost between $200 to $400. And if you want a high-end toupee called a hair system, you can expect to pay at least $4,000 for a high-end fucking toupee. That's crazy.
It's a used car right there.
That is. That's a used Camry. That baby's gonna run forever. I don't know about that toupee. If you don't want a simple cosmetic solution and are looking for a more permanent fix, then you can get your hair tattooed on. I never understood this one. There are tattoo artists who specialize in giving people hair tattoos. Instead of simply drawing on hair, they place thousands of tiny dark dots so it looks like a freshly shaved head. Pretty sure Fousey did that.
Oh, really?
It looks bad.
Oh.
Yeah, it looks stupid. For women who are balding around the scalp, they can get tattoos on the roots to make it seem like they were never gone. But like the rest of these treatments, they are not cheap. One woman paid a whopping $25,000 to get her roots tattooed. Many turn away the traditional alternatives because of the cost or ineffectiveness, and this can lead to people searching for more outlandish solutions. For a while, there was a common belief that doing daily handstands would help regrow your hair, which is an awesome thing to think. Well, you just go that way, they come out. That makes sense to me. I'd be like, of course. It's just physics and gravity. Those who practice it believe that pooling blood at the top of your skull would reactivate the follicles and promote hair growth. Another unusual approach emerged in 2003 when scientists discovered that applying hot sauce to bald spots on mice seemingly helped regrow hair. Like how they saw like a bald mouse and they were like, Tapatio. The Tapatio.
You think it was an accident? Like he was eating like a taco?
I bet you they were torturing the mouse. Despite there being no proof that it works on humans, people still applied hot sauce to their chrome domes in just sheer desperation. Which if you gotta do it, you gotta do it. Out of all these so far, handstand seems to, I like that one the most. For people that are looking for something a little more permanent, however, it's time to think about getting a hair transplant. Essentially, getting a hair transplant means taking hair grafts from other parts of your body that may have healthy growing hair, your ass, and moving them to the balding areas on your scalp. You take your ass skin and you put it on your scalp, and it works. Depending on the amount of work you need done, the procedure itself can take multiple hours and sometimes multiple sessions to get done. It typically takes a few weeks to recover from a hair transplant, in which you'll rest and avoid drinking, smoking, and high-impact physical activity. You basically just gotta completely lay low. While getting a hair transplant can be a godsend for many, it is not without a few strange side effects. You like that photo? What? One 27-year-old man named Alex Finken received a hair transplant for $17,500, only to wake up the next morning with severe swelling in his head. And I mean, the swelling is crazy. Alex made a TikTok video talking about the experience, and people were shocked to see that his head was shaped like a giant egg. In it, he also explains how the swelling is so bad that he can't see out of his left eye. Another man who faced similar side effects went viral after showing the headband he had to wear to manage the swelling. He compared the shape of his head to both Megamind and Squidward. Those that finally go through with getting the hair transplant find that it helps them regain self-esteem, reduces overall stress, and greatly improves their appearance. Some celebrities like John Cena admit that they were being pressured to get hair transplants after being endlessly bullied about it during their WWE matches. And at one point, the crowd started making chants about it and pulling up signs that read, "I can see your bald spot, Cena." You know what? If I was John Cena, I'd be like, good. I want you to see my bald spot. I'd get a fucking bullseye tattooed on it. Lean into it, dude. Fuck it. As the hair transplant industry begins to grow in popularity, we're starting to see an increase in clinics offering beard transplants as well. Because this is relatively new advancement, it holds some risk, seeing as you can't wear a hat or cover up a botched beard. Yeah, I was gonna say, if you get your beard fucked up, now you're just like a weird fucking freak show. Hair transplants have exploded, and now everyone and their mother wants to get one. And seemingly out of nowhere, the world is now fixated on getting hair transplants. In 2021, the global hair transplant industry was worth $9.3 billion and is projected to reach nearly $50 billion by 2033. This massive boom is spurred by a new phenomenon called medical tourism. Because places around the globe offer cheaper surgeries, it's reported that at least 46% of people are willing to travel to get their hair and other cosmetic surgeries done just because it's so much cheaper. These procedures can be thousands of dollars cheaper. Turkey has become the #1 spot in the world for cheap hair transplants. On average, they cost a couple $1,000s depending on the amount of grafts you need, and have a 97% success rate. That is fucking crazy. See, but my luck, I'd go there and they'd be like, "You are part of 3%. Oh. It's also a swift process that usually takes one day. A man vlogged his entire 3-day journey at a high-end clinic and showed just how streamlined it was. On the first day, you arrive at your hotel. Many hair transplant packages include all-inclusive packages at very nice hotels, so you get a nice big fucking room. I mean, it's you're pampered like a baby. It's awesome. But the second day is when the magic starts. You show up to the clinic where they look at your head and mark out where the grafts need to go, and then they lay you on a massage table and begin to remove the graft areas. You are then woken up and given lunch before being put back under for the main surgery, which takes 7 to 8 hours. After the surgery, you are given a special pillow to sleep on, some medicine, and you are sent back to your hotel. Day 3, you're expected to go back to the clinic, lotion and wash your grafts. After you're all clean, they briefly put you in low-light laser therapy, transfer you to a hyperbaric chamber for an hour. 3 days, and of course, weeks and weeks, probably months of healing. 6 months later, you'll see like, oh shit, but still. Fucking insane. Leave on a Friday, back at work on Monday with my giant fucking swelled up head. It's awesome. To illustrate just how popular Turkey has become for tourist transplants, videos are beginning to circulate online showing airplane flights filled with bald men coming to and from their procedures. There are literal airplanes full of bald men traveling to get transplants. Beautiful. Look at those bald men all holding hands like they're going to heaven. We're gonna make it. As with any medical procedure, there's always a risk that something will go wrong. And in fact, traveling outside the country has resulted in some nightmare hair transplants. Because there's such a high demand for hair transplants in Turkey, a new black market has taken over the underground and is leaving people maimed. Hair mills, for example, are clinics that perform quick surgeries for dirt cheap that are usually done by regular people and not doctors. They practice cheap surgeries that oftentimes leave the patient scarred and at a high risk for infection due to unhygienic tools and medical malpractice. And in recent news, a person who went to one of these cheap clinics had to be removed from his commercial flight because he wouldn't stop bleeding. Imagine getting kicked off a fucking Southwest flight because you won't stop bleeding from your scalp. Can I just go home? The skin grafts were done poorly, and the pressurized cabin caused her wounds to squeeze blood out from the top of his head. It's brutal, man. Another patient's hair grew super thick and was left with scars after a cheap transplant. The man chose the clinic from Google reviews and paid £2,500 for the surgery, only to be left with the worst looking hair. His doctor reassured him that the thin patches were a part of the early healing process, right? However, months after the surgery, the hair never thickened. Distressed by his hair, he sought out a specialist who told him that his hair might be permanently damaged and that it would take at least 2 more surgeries to correct the medical malpractice. Hey, you think you're gonna go back to the black market and find that motherfucker again? No, he's gone. And he has your money. $2,500, dude. Just save up a little bit. My God. I don't know. It's just one of those things like, just, you've been bald this long, just wait a little longer. Also, probably the longer it goes on and the more readily available it is, the cheaper it'll probably be. Maybe. I don't know. Hair thinning is a common side effect of botched surgeries because the grafts are not put in properly. This is a known thing, yet people still choose to dump their money into cheap clinics and risk their health. It's a shame that this keeps happening because multiple people have claimed that their botched transplants have ruined their lives. 57-year-old Mark Sweeney paid around $4,600 for his head to be left with massive scars and an unnatural hairline. Dude, once again, just like you're saying, double it. If you can you get a professional one done for 10? Just wait.
Yeah, that's word.
Get a fucking loan if you have to. My God. It affected his life so much that he quit his waitressing job due to being embarrassed by his hairline. Yeah, dude, no one's gonna fucking leave a tip for that ghoul walking around with his thin ass hair. He's that Red Robin. You guys want some campfire sauce? Or like, looking at the Phantom of the Opera, he takes off the mask. His life has now completely changed because he's left depressed and anxious about his appearance. Brutal, man. I fucking feel bad for these guys. A clinic in India called Look Like You Feel also left one of its patients disappointed. He paid $4,700 for a transplant and received 4,700 grafts on his head. $1 a graft. Once the surgery was completed, his hairline was ruined and the donor area was over-harvested, preventing healthy hair growth. The patient reached out to the clinic again, asking if there was any way to improve the healing process, and the doctor recommended more medicine, but after the medicine didn't work, and the patient kept asking for help, the doctors blocked his number. Oh, God. One man fumes over the botched transplant he had received from Dr. Brett Bolton, who runs the Great Hair Transplants Clinic in Florida. According to him, he was told he could pay $1 per hair. So he put down $14,000 for 14,000 hairs. This procedure was only 1 to 2 hours long, and he received a fraction of the grafts he paid for. 25% of those incisions, however, were empty and had no grafts placed in them. The doctor even skipped his mid-scalp as well as the crown, despite agreeing to do that beforehand. It turns out that he didn't even employ the standard method of the follicular unit extraction, instead giving him the equivalent of a 1980s hair plug that he renamed Bolton's Bundles. Ugh. In the process, the man claims Bolton left multiple gaps, killing existing hairs, and did permanent damage to his scalp. First off, dude, I would never go to Florida for anything. Okay. Hey, Dr. Bolton.
Yes, sir, Rio.
Can you patch up my hair? Bolton bundle it is. I'd be like, no. No thanks. His further investigation showed that Bolton's social media promotion success stories were typically the same videos being repeated multiple times. He's like, thank God one worked. Thank God one worked. Even worse, he claims that the man doesn't show up as being medically licensed. See, this is also things you gotta do more research. In the comments, another victim of Brett Bolton reveals that he had to cut the nerve in the back of his head during his procedure, making it perpetually numb to this day. His reputation online got so bad that people started labeling him the Bolton Botcher, and people started digging into his history, only to find an article reporting that he was suspended of his medical license after an insane incident that occurred in 2014. Bolton was found to be posting on the website about how he was in fact the son of God. According to the staff members, he was doing strange things like believing he was Jesus Christ, dressing all in white and asking everybody if God asked them to kill someone, would they do it?
Whoa. Whoa.
Bolton's Bundles. The erratic behavior escalated to the point where he was found violently knocking out a man exiting a bathroom at the 9/11 Memorial Museum in New York. He did so because apparently God told him that the man was a pedophile that needed to be brought to justice. Give that man a clinic. Like I was just like, all right, hair. We're just moving into hair. He started challenging police officers to arrest him, which is exactly what they did. And after this, he ended up in a psychiatric ward for 2 weeks before eventually continuing to run his nightmare of a clinic and ruining the lives of many. Though being bald and doing the hair transplants and all this shit might seem like a dark and despairing road, there's still hope for a cure. In October of this year, scientists at a national Taiwan university made a major breakthrough that could cure baldness in humans. They claimed that fatty acid serum was applied to bald spots on mice and that significant growth was observed 20 days after application. Essentially, the fatty acids irritate the skin, which causes the hair follicles to reactivate after being dormant. Though no large-scale tests have been conducted on humans, they remain optimistic that the study will result in a groundbreaking new product. Other studies showing progress in its early stages come from the University of Virginia School of Medicine, which claims to have identified a leading cause of baldness. In their study, they found that the middle and upper parts of the hair contain stem cells that are necessary for hair growth. The bulb inside the skin is often the first part to die off, but if you can save the upper and middle parts of the hair, there's still a chance of stopping baldness from spreading. So, hey, a little hope on the horizon. To all the people who are bald or on their way to being bald. bald. You have our utmost sympathy. Hopefully, there will be a safer, less expensive alternative that completely solves male baldness in the near future. When it comes to accepting your baldness, what matters most is inner confidence. If you're able to get past the need for having long, flowing, beautiful, gorgeous hair that maybe is curly and is just really healthy and thick and full, if you're able to get past the need of having that, you may just be happier avoiding the potential risks that come with invasive procedures. But that being said, there's nothing wrong with getting a hair transplant, so as long as you do your research, guys. But hey, love yourself and love each other. We will see you in the next one. See you later, bald bitches. Bye-bye.
Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on and sit on down because we're talking about something that's spooky. Okay. Today we're going to be talking about the most haunted locations in America. Now, a lot of these locations I've heard of before as well, but I've never actually dove into some of these. Like some of these we're going to be talking about have movies based around them or whatever. But I was actually curious to see some of the most haunted places in America. I mean, I believe in ghosts. Cringe. I know. All the scientists, all the elite, very, very smart people who watch this channel and
leave wonderful comments
are going to say, Hunter, what are you talking about? I've come in contact with a few ghosts myself, Nick.
Yeah, when? When? What ghost?
Well, I couldn't see him or anything, but it was. But let me know. I'll say this is that I hate going into a building and feeling that little. What did you just experience a ghost? He just shivered. You just shivered. Did you just experience a ghost?
I have to pee.
You have to pee? Well, you better hold it. So just know that I've had my own little run-in with ghosts laying down and my friend. It kind of sounds like I'm having gay sex with my friend. Laying down, had sleepovers with my buddies, and then you hear something creak. Oh, what? And I hate when people are like, it's just the house settling. Really, dude? It's a 23-year-old house. It's just settling. The tectonic plates are shifting. If it was like a house from the 1800s, I'd be like, sure.
What if the house is built on burial grounds? And
no, go ahead and say Indian burial grounds, dude. What, Indian burial grounds? That's offensive, dick. All right, first up, we have Amityville. We want to start with some of the heavy hitters so then people can say, I know that. Amityville is like the most popular haunted house, and I think it's even recorded to be the most haunted house ever, which I don't know how you clarify the most haunted, which I'm guessing they just mean like the most documented hauntings. Notorious haunted house, whatever. It started its legend in Amityville, New York on November 13th, 1974, when 23-year-old Ronald DeFeo Jr., good guy, shot and killed 6 members of his family. Jumped the gun on that one a little bit. This included his mother, father, 2 sisters, and 2 brothers. Got the whole goddamn cheaper by the dozen family in there, don't they? Armed with a .35 caliber Marlin rifle, DeFeo shot his family members as they slept. How do they all stay asleep? Oh, it's a big house. Or do you think he like put a pillow over it? You ever played like Max Payne 3? There's like a level where he puts a plastic bottle over the tip of his gun as a silencer, and I'm like, would that work?
I think Mythbusters did that.
And they said it didn't work. It's a cool idea, at least. Just like a thing of Mountain Dew. He shot most of them in the head and a few of them in the back. That seems cool. Even from a guy who's possessed or something, just shoot all of them in the head. If you're gonna, come on.
I think the ones he hated the most, he shot in the back.
Oh, he definitely shot his family in the back. Dad's like, oh, he'd probably take a couple shots in the back to kill somebody. Originally, DeFeo blamed the murders on a mob hitman. It was the Italians that killed my family. The Italians. But as time passed, Ronaldo DeFeo confessed to the murders himself. DeFeo told investigators that he heard voices urging him to kill his family. I was hoping my life would go in this trajectory, dude. That angels or demons would tell me. The angels came and told me to shoot my dad 3 times in the back. This is the day after your sister, like, I don't know, broke your sick Lego collection. Like, I just got the Eye of Sauron Lego set and she broke it. Angels told me to kill her, told me to throw her down the well. I don't know. Way back in the 70s, people got to be way more susceptible to being like, wait, what? Angels told you to do this? Not a bad fall plan. But later, during the trial, he admitted to being drunk and high on heroin, and his parents were abusive. Okay, there it is. The little angel, the little demon on my shoulder was a bag of H. Heroin. Okay, he's drunk and he's high on heroin. All right, I'll be honest. I had a couple brewskis, a couple syringes of heroin, and my dad hit me with a belt. What am I supposed to do? DeVeo was found guilty of 6 counts of second-degree murder and was sentenced to 6 consecutive life sentences in prison. Never understood the consecutive life sentences.
It's in case you're immortal.
Well, especially if he comes back, if maybe he possesses someone, and they're like, we know it's the ghost of DeFeo. Get him in prison. He's like, no! In the years since his claim of hearing voices, he has admitted to the lie, claiming, quote, there was no demon. You know who the demon is? I am the demon. To be fair, that does sound like something a demon would say.
He's just admitting that there is a demon.
No, there is no demon. I'm the fucking demon. They're just like, what? He's like, no, the entire altercation likely stemmed from DeFeo's theft of $20,000 from his grandfather's car dealership. Fuck this kid. He was tasked with depositing money to the bank, but ultimately had a friend stage the robbery. His father eventually grew suspicious and questioned him, earning a death threat that his son followed up on. So literally his dad was like, did you take $20,000 from Pop Pop at his Toyota Camry dealership? And he's like, no, Dad, I'll fucking slice your throat. He's like, okay, come on, man. And he's like, I'm just like drunk. He's like, I'm gonna get high on heroin and kill my dad. To be fair, though, I hate to say this, Nick. I hate to say this. If I was already drunk and high on heroin and I was planning on killing my dad, I'd probably just follow through with the whole family.
Oof. Fuck, dude.
Come on, man. If you're going down with one ship, are you not going to just go down with them all?
But he didn't kill himself either. That includes you. If you're going to kill your whole family, kill yourself.
I'm not so self-centered, Nick. I don't think I'm my family. But a year after the murders, George and Kathy Lutz bought the Amityville home, and they abandoned the property only 28 days after purchasing it. They were in such a hurry, they reportedly left all of their personal belongings behind. I like that. Coming in and you're just like, what happened? Like the idea. I was gonna speculate. It's like, do you think a lot of the horror movie tropes, haunted house tropes today stem from the Amityville house? But there's haunted house fucking movies before the 70s. House on Haunted Hill.
Maybe they were copying.
That's what I'm wondering is the Lutzes were like, hey, let's buy this house where all these that heroin addict killed that Toyota dealership owner, and we'll just say that it's haunted and we'll make a killing off of it.
Oh, you know what? They did buy it 1 year afterwards.
A year after the murders? Come on, dude. Usually in movies, the haunted house thing's like, the old DeFonte house up on 12th Street? That thing's been empty for 10 years. Or something, you know what I mean? Something like that. And then you walk in, there's sheets over everything. You whip them on, there's big dust. A year afterwards? Come on. Come on. Yeah, right. They claimed that demons drove them out. What if they just found like his heroin and they were just high? They were too embarrassed to, yeah, it's demons. I swear to God. And they offered up tales of green slime in the walls, fly infestations, mysterious cold spots, a red room, and strange voices in the night. George Lutz reported waking up at 3:15 every night, which is the approximate time of the DeFeo murders, which 3:15 is very close to 3:30, which is the demonic witching hour. Kind of ties in a little bit. He also claimed to hear voices urging him to get out, and saw a face in the fireplace with red, glowing eyes. Kathy Lutz reported feeling as if she was being embraced by an unseen force and levitating off the bed. Jesus Christ, Kathy, goddamn. She's like, something's holding me and I'm flying. Can you imagine her around the, like, she's like laying in the house, she's like, ah, ah, like flying around the house. George! Oh my God, my wife, I just saw a Apache man's face in the fireplace and I don't even know what the hell's happening here. The youngest child, Missy, spoke to her imaginary friend Jody, who appeared as a demonic pig with red glowing eyes. Okay, first off, stop saying glowing red fucking eyes, dude. The more people are like, and it had glowing red eyes. That's why I'm like, no, it didn't. You're lying.
Why?
She had me on imaginary friend who is a demonic pig. A demonic pig named Jody? Are you fucking kidding me? That's creepy. You ever have a younger sibling, or I had a buddy who had a brother who used to like point up at their kitchen ceiling. He'd clap. And we'd be like, dude, stop. What are you looking at? And he's like, my friend. That kind of I hate that. I don't give a fuck if you're a believer or not. A little kid, like, he's like, we're going to our hiding place. Like that. Orphanage.
Jesus.
I don't give a fuck. If my child did that, fostering him up. Send him up the hill to the orphanage, dude. He can clap up there. All the kids who are cool, who aren't fucking psychopaths with imaginary friends, you get to stay. Not you, little Missy. What's the kid's name? The Lutz family supposedly hired Father Pecarero to bless the home. He went on to say that he was told to, quote, get out. By an invisible voice and was slapped. Get out of here, you son of a bitch, and just slaps him in the face. He's like, the Lord has abandoned this home. And a man named William Weber, who was DeFeo's lawyer, admitted to fabricating the story with George Lutz over a bottle of wine. But a polygraph taken by Lutz in 2000 revealed that he wasn't lying. Who's telling the truth? I don't know.
Polygraphs are 100% truthful.
Polygraphs are very unreliable, except when you ask me how big my hog is, and I say very big. And it does, and I'm like, no, it's huge. A seance was held at the house in 1976 where parapsychologists, psychics, and noted demonologists Lorraine and Ed Warren would appear. Yes, the people from The Conjuring. I was wondering how long it'd take till they showed up, those old fucks. I wish movies would cast, we were talking about this the other night, cast more freaks. Lorraine and Ed Warren were tough on the eyes. Greasy, old, like, German couple. I'm pretty sure, something like that. Yikes. Instead, you got Hottie McGee and Hottie Magoo over there playing, making a Conjuring in my pants. Okay. That was not a good joke. Which, when they all, this fucking, I guess, like, Avengers team of the paranormal showed up, and nothing happened. Nothing happened at all. And at 3 a.m. in the sewing room, which was said to have the worst reputation, nothing happened in there either. Like, the sewing room was apparently the place where it was the most haunted. Nothing happened. The psychic did say this, though. This is as close to hell as I want to get. Which feels kind of weird, because it's like, if nothing happened, what does that mean? The drive up here in upstate New York was truly devious.
Maybe he was being sarcastic.
Yeah, oh, this is close to hell as I want to get. What if there's just like a Puerto Rican guy walking around the house? Oh my God. The 70s. Jesus Christ, the help. The house still stands to this day with no further incidents happening, which is very disappointing. How the fuck can that be the most haunted? That's the most haunted place, or supposedly the most haunted place? Which also, it kind of reads, in my opinion, that the guy who killed his family, DeFeo, seems like he killed them, and then the Lutzes moved in, and they were haunted by DeFeo's family.
I agree.
Even if he's like, I lied about the whole thing, maybe he inadvertently caused ghosts to spook the house.
Yeah, the people that he murdered are haunting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. All right. Oh, okay. The Lutz family experiences were later documented in Jay Anson's 1977 book, The Amityville Horror, which became a bestseller and was adapted into a film in 1979, which I will say, Amityville 3D was the first horror film I ever watched, and I have a poster of it in my studio. At the end of that movie, a weird sewer goblin pops out, burns a guy's face, and drags him into a watery portal, and the house fucking, like, explodes. He, like, freezes up and explodes, and it scared the shit out of me when I was younger.
Do you want to watch an even scarier version of Amityville Horror?
You talk about the one where I get all fucking bricked up watching Ryan Gosling chop wood.
Oh, Ryan Gosling's in it?
He's the dad. He's the dad in the 2005 one, or like the 2006. When was that remake?
2004.
I'm gonna say 2000. I'm gonna say 2006. Amityville 2005. Fuck. So close. All right, well, fuck. Next up, we have East Maritello Fort in Key West, Florida. It's not necessarily a place, it's more of a doll, but it's more so the doll. Wherever the doll is, it's haunted, so we went ahead and included it in because it's a very notorious doll, which the doll is called Robert. Robert the fucking doll. Manufactured by the Steiff Company of Germany around the 1900s. The doll was given to a young boy named Robert Eugene Otto, which people usually just called him Gene. Should have called him Bob. I love when guys are called Bob. There's no name you can age in better to than Bob. Robert when you're younger, then you're Bob. Bob is such a good old person name.
I feel like it's so generic.
Test the guy. Your name's Nick, dude. What? So I mean, Nicks I know in my fucking life, unbelievable amount. The doll was given by his family's Bahamian servant. The Bahamian servant was rumored to be skilled in voodoo and black magic. That sounds racist. He's like, is the doll, little boy? Oi! The Bahamian servant went, Oi, Gene, take this little doll and put it in your knapsack now. Going to be your best friend, you hear? And Gene's dad was like, my God, the help knows voodoo and black magic. What cost did you bring upon the doll, servant? Upon receiving him, Gene named the doll after himself, calling him Robert, which is one of the creepiest things I've ever heard. Imagine getting a doll and you're just like, me. Hello, my doll's name's Hunter. And your parents aren't like, you're not a psychopath, you're my beautiful boy. There's no way. This thing is freaking out. My screen's freaking out.
Is that Robert?
It could be. Close the window. Jesus Christ, it's like giving me a fucking epilepsy attack over here. Look at this. Robert the doll is approximately 40 inches tall and is stuffed with wood and wool. He is dressed in a sailor suit that is believed to have belonged to Gene as a child. Once again, gets even fucking creepier. I'm gonna have him wear my little sailor suit. This used to be mine, Robert. The doll's just like, kill me.
Put me in a wood chipper immediately. The doll's face is painted with a disturbing, almost human-like expression. He has large, beady eyes, a painted-on smile, and is holding some kind of weird stuffed toy lion or dog. Gene became extremely attached to Robert, treating him as a companion and a confidant. Kids just creep me the fuck out. I always hate when kids are just like, I tell him my secrets. You ever hear kids say that? I had cousins who were much younger than me. He had like a little doll too, and he'd be like, I tell him my secrets. And I'd be like, what secrets could you possibly have? Wouldn't be a secret if I told you. And they always drop some shit like that. And you're like, holy shit. It is said that Gene would often blame mishaps on the doll, saying, Robert did it! Gene's parents would often find his toys mutilated or destroyed. Rooms would be found in disarray, with furniture overturned and belongings scattered. Gene would wake up screaming in the middle of the night, claiming that Robert was moving around his room or trying to harm him. Doesn't really sound like a friend to me, dude. Robert keeps giving me Charlie horses. Robert keeps playing tap out with me. He's just like blacked out on the floor. Robert suplexed him into the fucking ground. He also blamed the doll for causing him to have terrifying nightmares and sleep disturbances. And he believed that the doll had a malevolent influence and could cause physical harm to him indirectly.
So that's like, I think like he tripped.
Robert did it! Robert did it! Be honest, if you were the parent of Gene, how much of this do you put up with?
Oh, I'd get rid of the doll.
That's what I don't understand is that's the obvious. Well, you know what he's probably doing? No, bring him back. He's my best friend. It seems so far like a child who is desperately wanting attention from his family. And the only person to give him any kind of attention or love was the fucking Bahamian servant. He sees him like crying. He's like, hey, I wish I had from my dad. Never wants to hang out with me. He's like, don't worry, little boy Gene. Wipe your tears. I give you a new friend.
His name is Robert, like you.
His name going to be Robert, like you. Thank you, Bahamian servant.
Cut your hand.
All right, strangle this chicken to death and cut your hand and put it into the bowl.
You want Robert to live, right?
Do you want Robert to live or do you want to keep crying? He's like slicing it up. You're like, Jesus Christ. The Otto family and their servants reported hearing Gene having conversations with the doll. And sometimes the doll would respond in a different, deeper voice. Robert, do you think I'm pretty? Oh, yes. The Bahamian servant's like, what kind of gift did I give to this child? Or if you're the dad and you're like reading the paper, Robert, I don't know if I should look at that. Come on, Gene. It's not a big deal. The dad's like, come on, Gene. Robert, I don't know if I should look at that. It's not a big deal. Turns the paper.
Do you think that's what inspired The Shining?
Come on. Oh, probably. Red rum, whatever. There's like a lot of tropes of that kind of stuff where like kids being like, I don't know. Sure you do. There were also claims of Robert changing expressions and moving independently. That didn't happen. That's like some slappy goosebump shit. Gene's parents and later his wife Anne noted that Gene's behavior would change dramatically when he was around the doll. How long did he have this doll for? How old was he when he got married? He has to be an adult, right? My best man's gonna give you a kiss, honey. Takes the doll and puts it to his face. In her ear, he's just like, don't forget it's for both of us here. And she's like, okay, thank God you're rich, or else I wouldn't fucking be here. So yeah, Gene's behavior would change dramatically when he was around the doll. He would become more agitated, irritable, and at times even aggressive. Seems like he kind of has a fuck relationship with the doll.
He would hit Anne and then blame it on Robert.
Yeah, there.
Robert, why would you do that?
Yeah, Gene punches her as hard as he can in the chest. Gene gives her a fucking dead leg. She's like, what the fuck, Gene? He's like, oh, it wasn't me, it was Robert. Robert, you gave me in so much trouble. It's like laying on the floor or whatever. He's like wrapping like chains around his like wrist and shit. And he's like, what are you gonna make me do, Robert? Even as an adult, Gene continued to believe in Robert's supernatural abilities. Gene's a fucking psychopath. He's scaring the shit out of me. When he and his wife Anne moved back into the family home, Gene placed Robert in a room of his own, often referring to it as Robert's room. It seems like a guy back in the day, like way back in the day, who's like, that's like his jack-off room. You don't want to go in Robert's room. No matter what you do, don't go in there. Respect his privacy, Anne. Anne reportedly experienced the same unsettling phenomena and grew to fear the doll, insisting it be locked away. Despite her efforts, Gene would often find ways to retrieve the doll and keep it close. If I was the wife, I'd be like, put the fucking doll up, dude. He's got to be mentally gone. He's like, he told me he was scared in there. I had to come get him. He told me he was scared. Like, you're 43 years old. You need to fucking thwart giving it away. After Gene's death in 1974, the house was sold, and the new owners reported strange occurrences, such as the doll moving to different rooms, giggling, and unsettling accidents happened around the house. Visitors reported feeling uneasy in Robert's presence, and many claimed that the doll's expressions changed in response to things being said around him. That's so crazy. After he's dead, they still just have the fucking doll out and about. And like like guests are around. They're like, hey, can you put up the fucking Victorian like weird voodoo doll, please? And they're just like, we can't. It's in the will. Jean's ghost is here haunting us. We can't do it. After changing hands a few times, Robert was donated to the Fort East Martello Museum with claims of him moving about. Cameras and electronics devices supposedly misbehave around him, so we unfortunately don't have any footage of Robert moving. Damn, I really thought that we were gonna see a puppet move. Oh my God, wait, we do have one caught on camera from Jonathan's Other Adventures. Thank you, Jonathan. So I went to Key West, Florida in 2018 to meet Robert the doll. After I viewed my video footage, I was shocked to see that Robert had moved his foot all by himself. What? As well as captured a ghostly orb next to his arm. So I'm showing you guys what I've captured. Here's the footage. That is a creepy fucking doll though, if I'm being honest. It's even creepier knowing that like a Bahamian servant was just like, I got this for you. Are those his feet? That's his feet? That boy's got some club feet, dude. He's got some fucking like elephant feet.
Jesus.
He said there was an orb by his arm, right? Oh, right there. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Did you see it? On the left side of the door frame.
Gene definitely had to fuck Robert once, right?
He pegged him.
Watch this foot. Watch, it's the chair moves back and then forward. Whoa. It looks like his foot moved all by itself. Please tell me what you guys think. I think that the fucking chair moved back. Robert's legend continues to grow to this day. And it is said that anyone who disrespects a doll or takes his photo without his permission will be cursed. So hopefully none of you guys took a screenshot of my video or you're gonna be fucked. Technically we're cursed because we're technically capturing his deal. And my really sick Logitech monitor just spazzed out, or Samsung. Letters from previous visitors apologizing for their behavior and asking for Robert's forgiveness are displayed near his case, often recounting misfortunes such as accidents, illnesses, and financial troubles that occurred after visiting him. Imagine they're just like, well, we're going bankrupt. Thanks for that, Robert. After he was moved during the last hurricane, he was tied down to the chair he sits in with a fishing line. After the change, movement stopped being reported, but comments that he twitches his head and swallows remains. The swallows one. Oh, Robert swallows. Yeah, not bad about that. Next up, we have the notorious Winchester House, which is just this story is very odd. If you guys haven't heard this one, it's pretty funny. The Winchester House is a sprawling mansion located in San Jose, California, known for its bizarre labyrinth-like design because the bitch who owned the place is crazier than all hell. She's crazier than a shithouse rat, which is one of my favorite expressions. My grandpa used to say it a lot. My mom used to say it a lot because they're white trash. It was the personal residence of Sarah Winchester, the widow of William Winchester, the heir to the Winchester Repeating Arms Company. It's a gun company. Bang, bang. Bang, 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 bang. Sarah built the house after she inherited a vast fortune from her husband's death. Just like Bezos' wife, dude. Just like Bezos' wife. She also lost her daughter, Annie, just weeks after her birth due to malnutrition. Jesus Christ. The successive losses of her daughter and husband deeply affected Sarah, leading to prolonged periods of mourning and isolation.
Basically, that's what made her crazy.
Yeah, definitely. Extreme depression and trauma. She's probably just like, ugh. Well, especially like that far back, because this is like 1800s. You definitely would be like, oh, I'm cursed. We're cursed. The Winchester name's cursed. Legend has it that she was advised by a medium in Boston that she was haunted by the spirits of those killed by Winchester rifles, and that she needed to continuously build a house to appease these spirits. That seems like that should be illegal to say that to a billionaire widow. Especially like a manic woman who probably shows up and she's like, yeah, I'll give you all the gold. Just tell me what's wrong. She was told that if she stopped, she would die. If you stop building your house, you're gonna fucking die too. Construction on the mansion began in 1884 and continued nonstop, 24 hours a day until Sarah Winchester's death in 1922. That's fucking insane. The construction was guided by her own designs and was influenced by her superstitions and desire to confuse the spirits she was believed were haunting her. I mean, the actual labyrinth of this house is unreal. Like the way hallways end or connect with each other doesn't make any sense. It's an actual labyrinth, which I always thought ever since the beginning of time that people thought that spirits could just float through walls.
Well, that's the thing. Spirits think they're alive.
Oh, okay. That's right.
Also, apparently, it only cost $5 million in 1884 money, so who knows?
$5 million in 1884 money, so that's got to be like what?
Oh, so
$71
million today.
God, $71 million today. That's insane. The house is an architectural marvel with 24,000 square feet, 10,000 windows, 2,000 doors, 160 rooms, 52 skylights, 47 stairways and fireplaces, 17 chimneys, 13 bathrooms, and 6 goddamn kitchens. The house is famous for its unconventional features, including staircases leading to nowhere, doors that open onto blank walls, and windows overlooking other rooms, and secret passages. houses. One of the house's most famous oddities is the door to nowhere, which opens to a sheer drop to the second floor. That's pretty funny.
See, that's gonna get the ghosts. They're gonna open.
Do you think that was, she's just like, the spirit who's haunting me right now, he's gonna walk through and die again. Do you think that she was probably crazy enough to believe that she could kill a ghost?
That's what that was. It was a trap.
I think if she did believe that, I think that she would probably invest into like Winchester making some kind of ghost gun. Or she has the thing, she's just like, in her house. Another peculiar feature is a staircase that leads directly into the ceiling, ending abruptly without any purpose. Which, going in this house, this would be fucking creepy. This would be an actual, like, Jesus Christ. Well, it would be like you're on like a set or something, or like...
It'd be like that Escher painting, or you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. But seeing that in real life would be odd, especially if everything was built soundly. You're just like, what the fuck? Because you'd almost think the house is like moving. There's a scene in that movie Grave Encounters where they like go up a staircase and it just leads to a wall, and it's because the actual asylum is like shifting. It's kind of like the movie Cube a little bit too. These elements were purportedly designed to confuse and trap spirits. Visitors and staff have reported various paranormal activities, including hearing footsteps, whispers, and seeing apparitions.
So she didn't want to kill the ghost. She just wanted to confuse them.
And trap them, which I think is fucked up.
Yeah.
You're a trap, and what are you going to do with them?
Oh, you know what? That's what it is. Okay, imagine staircase to nowhere. They walk up, they phase through the door. They don't know how to go, they don't know how to get out.
Here are some of the specific hauntings of this house, though. Many believe that Sarah Winchester herself haunts the mansion. Of course she does. If ghosts are real, that bitch's spirit is definitely wandering around. Especially it's like a mentally unwell person caught in like a purgatory loop, definitely. Visitors and staff have reported seeing a woman in a black Victorian dress roaming the halls and disappearing around corners. This figure is often seen in rooms that Sarah frequented, such as her bedroom and the seance room. The seance room, that's a bitch is fucking creepy, dude. Some of the ghosts are even some of the people who built the goddamn house themselves. Some of these workers have been seen or heard toiling away to this day, still building on to Winchester's large labyrinth.
That'd be hell.
That is hell. That's actually hell. You have to do, a construction worker has to do the same job forever and it never ends. There are reports of disembodied footsteps echoing through the hallways and the sound of hammers and saws in the dead of night, despite no ongoing construction except for the Red Robin being built across the street. One of the most haunted rooms in the house was the seance room. Sarah Winchester used a special room in the house to communicate with the spirits she believed were guiding her in the construction of the mansion. Oh, so she believed that the spirits were like, you need to add this.
She'd go in her seance room and sit down and be like, spirits, what should I do?
Spirits, where should the staircase go above the fireplace?
They said, KFC under the couch.
Yeah, the workers are there. They're just like, a titty bar room, men only room.
She's like, I hear you, spirits. The titty bar will happen now.
Sarah would lock herself in the room from midnight to 2 a.m. and consult with the good spirits on how to continue the construction.
She's like, all right, good spirits, come on in. Bad spirits, stay out.
Do you think she ever, you don't need to include this in the video, but
yes, she did get her eaten out by a ghost.
Oh, I was actually gonna ask that if she was gonna get her, if she got her pussy ate. How did you know that? How did you know that? Am I that predictable? I swear to God, that's what I was gonna ask. This room, known as the seance room, has no direct entrance or exit. It can only be accessed through a series of secret passages. That is fucking weird. Visitors often feel a sudden drop in temperature, hear whispers, or see flickering lights when they go near this room. Some have even reported feeling an unseen presence or light touch their shoulder.
Those are the good ghosts.
Those are the good ghosts. They're just like,
hey,
I'll suck your dick.
You want me to eat your pussy? I'll tell you where to put a staircase at in your house?
Like, or how about we talk about the wheelbarrow ghost? Barrow? What's a wheelbarrow?
Hey, dude.
One of the most famous ghost stories involves a spectral figure known as the wheelbarrow ghost. The apparition is often seen pushing a wheelbarrow full of coal or ashes down the long hallways. Staff and visitors have reported seeing him in the basement along with various winding corridors of the house. He is described as wearing overalls and a cap, appearing solid at first, only to vanish into thin air upon closer inspection. Or how about the crying lady, aka every woman?
Jeez.
In one of the bedrooms, there have been repeated sightings of a ghostly woman who appears to be crying. She's often seen sitting on the edge of her bed or standing by the window, looking out as if waiting for someone. How tragically romantic. This apparition is usually accompanied by the sound of soft sobbing or whispers that seem to come from nowhere. I hate that, dude. I'd be like, grow up. How long are you gonna do this for? Fuck. But there are many cold spots or eerie drafts in this drab mansion. Throughout the mansion, there are numerous reports of sudden cold spots and unexplained drafts. These temperature changes are often accompanied by feelings of unease or the sensation of being watched. What was that?
The cold spots are particularly prevalent in rooms where tragic events are believed to have occurred, or where Sarah spent a significant amount of time. Either somebody was bludgeoned to death, or Sarah just kind of stood there sometimes.
Or maybe she was getting her pussy eaten down there.
Or she's probably getting her pussy eaten by a ghost, dude. I'm just saying that we can't count that out.
That's the first thing I would do. If I could talk to ghosts, get some ghost head.
Okay.
Consensual, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you consider ghosts? Of course you do. The mansion is now a popular tourist destination, offering daily tours that exploring its history, architecture, and paranormal stories. Special events like flashlight tours and Halloween events are still hosted to this day. I wouldn't mind going. I would actually be scared though. I'm not gonna lie. If I went there, I'd be like, huh. What? I'm such a pussy when it comes to that stuff. I would go to this place, I'd be like, what, hello? I'm like in a huge group. Did you guys hear that? You're like, no. Next up, we have the Villisca Axe Murder House. Located in Villisca, Iowa, it's the site of one of the most notorious unsolved mass murders in American history. In 1912, the Moore family, along with 2 friends of their children who were staying the night, were brutally murdered in their sleep with an axe. That's one thing I've noticed a lot with like a lot of ghost stories and history stuff. A lot of axe stuff. Everybody was probably cutting wood back then or whatever, but still, brutal. That'd be a brutal way to die.
They say it's one of the worst ways to go. Yeah.
All the victims were found in their beds, having been bludgeoned to death with an axe. And the axe was found in the guest room where Stillinger's sister was sleeping. The killer appeared to have covered the mirrors and windows in the house with cloth and clothing. If me memory serves correct, I'm pretty sure they say that demons can come through mirrors. So sometimes you cover them so they can't see you or something like that. I'm pretty sure there's some kind of...
Was that in Constantine? He like jumped out in the mirror and the demon...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that scene actually rules. The Constantine movie is actually fucking sick. All the victims' faces were covered with sheets after they were killed. And the ceiling in the parents' bedroom and the children's room showed gouge marks, presumably from the upswing of the axe. He's a fucking like 7'5" like ogre man. Yeah, he gets stuck.
How did they all sleep through this again?
Well, I mean, if you get a fucking axe to the back of the head or whatever, you're probably not waking up. Yeah, I don't think they were like, he was like, hey, wake up or anything. I think he just went in and probably just fucking did a one and done, I'm pretty sure. If I was a betting man. The investigation saw several suspects, but no one was ever convicted of the crime. But once again, you know, it's 1912, so they're just like,
Did you do it?
the guy's like, no. And they're like,
All right, go ahead.
The Villisca Axe Murder House is now considered one of the most haunted locations in the United States. Numerous reports of paranormal activity have been recorded, and the house is a popular destination for ghost hunters and paranormal enthusiasts, like Sam and Colby, who did a video with Joe Rogan, because they were on his podcast.
Would you ever want to do a video with Sam and Colby?
Would I ever go to his haunting with Sam and Colby, a haunted house? You know, no. You do not understand. I would be too scared. I don't know if you've ever seen one of those videos. It induces a goddamn panic attack. They're like, yo! Yo! I mean, it flusters me up. I'm like, what? I don't think I could do it. Visitors often report seeing shadowy figures, especially in the children's room and in the attic where the killer's believed to have hidden before the murders. I always thought it was weird that the guy hid in the attic before the murders. When he climb up the fucking house? God, my fucking shoulder.
Wait, are you the axe murderer?
No. Apparitions of the victims have been reported, particularly on the Moore children. Disembodied voices, children's laughter, and cries have been heard. And some visitors have even reported being touched, pushed, or scratched by unseen forces. Paranormal investigators have even captured EVPs that seem to respond directly to questions. These recordings include children's voices saying,
Help me, play.
or simply calling out names.
Josh. Jamal. Tyquarius.
I don't know if that queers his name. Other EVPs feature sounds of distress, such as moans, cries, and pleas for help. Morty. Many people report feeling an overwhelming sense of dread or sadness upon entering the certain rooms, particularly the attic and the children's rooms. Probably because they know that people were fucking murdered here.
I feel sad all of a sudden.
There's like bloodstains all over the walls.
I feel bummed. I think I'm being haunted.
It's like, no, you probably know that like, fucking kids were murdered in here. Several mediums and psychics have visited the house, claiming to communicate with the spirits of the victims. They often describe the spirits as being in distress and seeking closure. And some mediums have even described playful interactions with children's spirits, such as feeling small hands tugging at their clothes, or sensing a playful energy in the rooms where the children slept. You guys feel like playing? I just feel, all of a sudden, I feel like playing in here. Anybody else? Not me? Okay. Yeah, they're all just adult babies.
Anybody else want to play with this cool righty horse or whatever the fuck it's called? Puts underneath their pussy or their balls and they're just like hopping around the room. Mediums have sensed the presence of Josiah and Sarah Moore in the house. Josiah is often described as having a protective energy, trying to watch over his family and even in the afterlife. Sarah's spirit is said to be deeply sorrowful, mourning the loss of her children. Sarah's spirit has reportedly communicated the pain and horror of that night, expressing feelings of helplessness and an overwhelming sense of loss. Now, why are you so hung up, dude? It happened. Get over it. Here's the thing. This is gonna sound fucked up. If I was a ghost and it's been 100 years, I think I would have been able to process the kid's fucking passing by now. If they're all spirits or whatever and you're reliving that thing, how many times do you have to fucking relive it before you're just like, it happened? What am I supposed to do, dude? Unless they're in a perpetual time loop where it's new every time. Some psychics have described sensing a replay of the events of the murder night. They feel the terror and confusion that the victims must have experienced. This includes feeling the sudden fear, hearing sounds of the attack, and even feeling a heavy, oppressive atmosphere in certain rooms. That'd be kind of fucked up. Imagine if being there and you're just like, I feel like killing someone with an axe. Another person's just like, I'm feeling like I'm going to get attacked by an axe. It's like each person is experiencing different people in the house. There have been accounts of mediums feeling physical sensations such as tightness in the chest, difficulty breathing, or sharp pains, which they believe correspond to the experience of the victims during the attacks. And many psychics have focused on the attic, believed to be where the killer hid before committing the murders. They often sense a dark, malevolent presence in the space. The energy is described as heavy and oppressive, causing the feelings of dread and discomfort. And in the attic, it is also reported to contain the residual fear of the victims. Psychics sense the terror and panic that emanates from this area, believing it to be a hotspot for paranormal activity. The children's bedroom is often described as the most emotionally charged area, and psychics feel the innocence and playfulness of the children's spirits contrasted with the horror of the final moments.
Do they think a demon killed them with the axe? They think the attic is the most haunted?
I think that they're saying that the guy spent the most time up there brewing these dark thoughts that he was gonna do. So maybe he like left behind this like horrible evil energy or something. Like, I'm gonna fucking kill him as soon as I go to bed. You know, like that kind of thing. So that's just like that energy's left over there. I don't know. But there's so many more mysterious, weird, haunted places in America. We just scratched the surface, but I have to leave you today. Did you get titillated? Did you get scared? I don't know. I think haunted houses are kind of interesting. I think everybody has like a weird ghost story somehow. Even non-believers, I think, have a little brush with fear every once in a while. And haunted houses are just weird artifacts to horrible, horrible things that happen. And it is just weird urban legends standing as monolithic, weird structures that still remain haunting to this day. And I think that's pretty cool. So maybe we'll cover some more again in the future, but for now, I'm a little too spooked to continue. Until next time, y'all. Stay haunted. I don't know.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray.
It is lunchtime at Papa Meat Studios. I just had a bunch of and now I'm driving. Just kidding. I was talking with the boys here. I have Nick and Harry with me. Go ahead and show Harry in the back seat. Everyone was saying, oh, let's do a nice chicken sandwich. Who doesn't like a nice chicken sandwich for lunch, right? But there's been a lot of stipulation, I should say, on where to go. Harry wants to go. Where do you want to go, Harry?
I ate hot take, but I'm a Wendy's guy.
Okay, so I wanted to go to Chick-fil-A. Harry wants to go to fucking Wendy's. And then Nick wants to go to Popeyes. And it kind of made me think, what is the best chicken sandwich? And we looked up, there's a little list online of the 10 best supposed fast food chicken places. So we're fucking breaking that spell today. We're gonna go out and we're gonna see what's the best fast food chicken sandwich. This is a very divisive thing. I know a lot of people are gonna say fucking Popeyes, but I don't think I agree, but I'm willing to try it again today to see. So first up is Popeye. Louisiana kitchen out here down in the Missouri now.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
I fucking hate that slogan, dude.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Every time I hear it, it makes me want to not fucking eat here.
Welcome back to Popeyes. Would you like to try a new wing?
No thanks. Can I just have one chicken sandwich, not the meal, just a sandwich?
Do you want classic or spicy?
I'll do classic, please, and then no pickles on that.
Alrighty, cold beef classic is 3.
Thanks. I should have gotten some tea. This is gonna be a fucking brutal thing to scarf down without a liquid.
Is there any rules? Is it sauceless? It's just whatever comes on?
It's just whatever they give me, dude. Because the sauce might dictate what makes it good, you know what I mean? Thanks, man. Take care. I've noticed they all come in these fucking tinfoil bags now. Why is that? Is it just because it's Chick-fil-A? Why don't they do that for any other of their fucking stuff?
That's true.
You know what I mean?
You know what? Now you're speaking.
Pretty good fucking sandwich. You want a bite? Got a little mayonnaise on it. You want? Here, turn the camera around so you can see scarf it down this fucking thing.
God, Nick. Jesus Christ. We have a little chicken pussy here, dude. Love that chicken from Popeyes. You know what? Like, I don't know, man. It's good, but is it the fucking hype of like back in the day when there was like lines wrapped around the block just for a fucking Popeyes chicken sandwich? I mean, out of 10 right now where I'm putting it, I put it at a 4. I put it at a 4 out of 10. It's obviously, it might shift, but for now, 4 out of 10. The bun was a little damp. That's also why I don't like those little Tim package things, because they make the fucking buns all soggy. Stop fucking doing that, but you know, what are you supposed to do? Which there's a McDonald's right across the road, so we're just gonna knock that fucking sandwich out of the way.
Oh, do they have a blackened version?
Better watch out how you say that. Why do you gotta always say ambiguously racist shit?
What?
Oh, they got a blackened one of them? This is why I fucking hate McDonald's. There are 2 lanes. I pull up, and of course that guy, as soon as I pull up, he fucking drives away. It pisses me off. We're not doing any of the McChicken bullshit. We're doing the, what is it? The Southern style. Southern style chicken sandwich.
Let me know if you're using the app. What can I get for you?
Fucking AI, dude. Can I do a 4A with no pickles?
Was that with Coke?
Nah, with an unsweetened tea. No fries, not the meal, just the sandwich. I'm telling this fucking AI bitch what's up.
We can customize a McCrispy meal like that.
Okay, can I do a large unsweetened tea?
What else can I get you?
That'll do it.
Your total is $6.73 at the pay window. Thank you.
All right, mark that down to you. $4.69. That was about as much as the Popeyes one, I think. I got a tea also, so. Thanks, dude. Have a good day. If you guys want to drink in my tea, you can have a sip.
I'm gonna do the no drink challenge.
You're gonna do the no drink challenge? It's gonna be so funny when you start choking. Next up, we have a McCrispy. This used to be called a
The bag. Did you get a McCrispy or a Southern?
Well, I think they changed it because it used to be called a Southern
style.
Southern style. Oh God, there's not even sauce on this or anything.
Wait, what?
What?
Why is there no sauce on it?
I don't know, but it is fucking hot. Oh my God. Why the fuck do I taste pickles?
They had pickles on it. They took it off.
They probably can put pickles on it. But
Pickle residue?
I can taste pickle residue. Pickle cum. What the fuck?
It's really hot.
Is that bun not scorching hot?
The bag is doing its job on this one. I feel like the Popeyes wasn't that hot, or they had it in the big bag, but this one's fucking hot. Also looks like someone stomped on it.
The looks, I gotta say, the Popeyes looks more like a chicken sandwich, like what I would expect of a chicken sandwich. Popeyes is a thicker piece of meat. That's like a little fucking hockey puck.
No condiments on it.
I fucking stop biting it like that. God damn. You sick fuck. Damn. What do you think?
It tastes good.
I thought it tastes good. Is it better than Popeyes?
What's fucked up is that Popeyes, they have the base layer of mayonnaise on the sandwich, and I think that did help. So they need like some kind of sauce on that.
Well, even on the McChicken, they put arguably too much, but they put mayo on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why.
Dude, it's fucked up. I kind of want to say I like the McCrispy, like the chicken sandwich aspect of it. No, I'd put it at a 5. I think the Popeyes, I'd probably still put a little. It is a very ugly sandwich, though.
It kind of looked like Texas.
Yeah, the shape of it. That's how you know it's good. It looks like the state of Texas.
Yeah, I feel like if they put mayo on it, it could have.
Just, yeah, like a light thing of mayo. I feel like that could have. That's the thing about Popeyes chicken sandwiches is aesthetically, they're beautiful. Big pieces of beautiful, crispy chicken, but they're fucking mid sandwiches, man. I don't care what anybody fucking says. They're mid as It's a fucking extremely mid sandwich. I'm tired. I'm here to reveal the truth. All these fucking little Popeye poppers trying to tell me that it's the best chicken sandwich. They're fucking wrong, dude. God's chicken. God, you're just dribbling bits of chicken. Jesus Christ. Look, the Chick-fil-A mobile. The Chick-fil-A mobile. Love that chicken from Chick-fil-A. Yeah, the Chick-fil-A, their chicken's all right, but I just kind of like more of the ideologies that they have at the company.
Like what?
Like
what?
No, just like, I don't know what they stand for and stuff. It's just like, that's just kind of what I'm about.
What do they stand for?
You're talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking.
Yeah, I just like Chick-fil-A, just most just not on necessarily the product scale, but just kind of philosophical and business strategy.
What is like that?
Would you stop fucking pressuring me to answer this stupid fucking question? You're fired. Can I just do a chicken sandwich with no pickles on it, and then a large sweet tea?
Dude, when I look at you, I just like imagine fire for some reason. Like you look like you would like control fire if you had like a superpower.
Damn, that's crazy. All right, hell yeah.
Have a nice day.
Take care, bro.
Well, I guess you're a firebender.
I do wish you had that recorded.
I did. I had it recording.
All right, Nick, you know what? You came full circle, and that actually pisses me off.
Good job, Nick.
You had to just go ahead and show me up. I've never had anyone say that I look like I could control fire. It feels fucking crazy. Is this what it feels like to be a gay? Is that like what a gay man says when he wants to flirt with you? I feel like that was the first time a gay man's ever tripping in.
So it's kind of crossed my mind that not necessarily explicitly for you, but like he's using this time as working his job to practice his like rizzing.
I mean, I could see that. Do I look like a gay man that needs to be rizzing at Chick-fil-A? Why did you shake your head immediately? At first I thought he was insinuating that I looked like a burn victim, is what I thought he was saying. Well, I thought that he was saying like, oh, you look like you've been on fire. I thought he was what he was saying. I was like,
That's terrible.
I didn't know what to say there either. I was like, damn, all right, well.
Do you think he does that to everybody?
If he does that to everybody, I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
We should go back around and put Nick in the driver's seat.
And what do I look like?
The pedophile. You like it? Cut. Hey, can we go to Hooters and honk some? And every time I order, I'm like this. As a firebender, I don't want to have to scorch you. Yep.
There you go.
Thank you. All right, here we go. Nothing gets Christian popping like Chick-fil-A tea, dude. A bag inside of a bag pisses me off. All right, so this also has no sauce or anything. Oh God, that looks good. Praise God, dude. That's all I gotta say.
Do they do the pickle with the sauce? You get no sauce?
I don't think they ever have. I think you have to get the sauce and you dip it.
Really? Sauce on this normally?
No, they normally just have the pickles. Huh?
That was pretty good.
I hate your Look at that! You're a fucking monster! This is best of both worlds right here. Presentation, and it tastes good. That's a number one. What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know if I'm giving it number one, but it was a pretty good bite.
The bun is slightly buttered. That's one thing I'm noticing with that. With no sauce, I can taste a little bit of the butter. God damn, those crazy religious f***s know how to fucking throw a piece of dead bird into a deep fryer, dude. Right now, that is my one. That is my heaven. God damn, that was good. I'll tell you what, my fat ass might circle back and get get some fucking waffle fries with it. That made me hard, dude. Don't look at my pants right now. My little porky pig is all fucking stiffed and chubbed up right now. My is as hard as the fucking prolapsed hemorrhoid vein that peeks out of my asshole whenever I take a shit. That is actually a problem. I need to address that sometime. You know they say to get rid of a hemorrhoid, they have to actually go in and cut it?
Yeah, once they grow, they just pop in and out of your life.
Much like my alcoholic father. Whenever it's convenient for him, he pops out to say hello. All in all, so far, here's the thing. I feel like with the debate going on, I feel like everybody stepped up their chicken game. I was really thinking that McDonald's was not gonna be that good, but no. To be fair though, you fucking throw it breading and deep fry anything, it's probably gonna be pretty good. It's gonna be a hard battle today, boys. God damn it. Chicken sandwich is good. Popeyes is better. You're high as you delusional bastard. You look like you control fire.
Wendy's is gonna let you down.
You said you like Wendy's.
Yeah, but I think it's more.
Oh my God, dude. Look, listen to you backing up immediately. Stand by your choices, dude. I will say during the pumpkin spice era, I'm pretty sure I put Wendy's like last. And that pumpkin spice Frosty was f***ed.
Right now, the drive-thru is down. The register is being worked on.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't have to go inside Wendy's.
Damn!
Sounds like it.
Jesus Christ.
What the f is that, Nick? What are you doing? What are you looking at on your phone, dude?
I don't know, it's TikTok.
I've never heard that sound on TikTok ever.
Well, there's a lot of videos on TikTok.
I'll have 2 number 9s. A number 9 large.
You do like YouTube or something?
Yeah, man.
Oh, I see you somewhere.
The fuck you said?
Fanta. Dinky.
I will say so far this is the most expensive one so far, $5.99 before tax. It does come with mayo though. That's the upcharge. Ooh, thanks, dude. Have a good day. Jesus fucking Christ, look at that.
I'm gonna slice your throat open. I don't give a f who you are. I'm gonna kill you. I'm the judge and the executioner.
Dude, have you seen Wendy now? That big fat bitch? She'd be a real romp in the hay, huh? Be a nice romp in the hay with that fat bitch. All right, here we go.
Bad check. Oh, see, there's a little wrapped tinfoil. There you go.
I'm saying that a nice wrap never hurts anybody. Look at that. You get a nice reveal here. Ooh, damn. It looked like I was eating. See? Doesn't matter. Definitely the most disappointing so far. What's up is you get the nice crunch at first and you're like, damn, okay, we're in it. Dude, the chicken just tastes bad. Here, taste that. It's definitely.
It's one of the hotter ones. Yeah, not the best.
I don't hate it, but I'd say like, I don't know, a fucking seventh place out of that. It's the lowest rating so far. I'll tell you what though, that fucking mayo does look like, and I don't know how I feel about that.
It's a lot of drizzly.
Oh, Mom. You keep eating those big fucking bites and that's what you get, dude. Unfucking believable. God, he's sitting there and he's like, oh. These fucking chicken sandwiches are hot. I could barely hold that McDonald's one. Like I was holding the butt of my hand. I was like, I'm gonna fucking, I literally burnt the fucking chicken touched my hand. I got a fucking welt, a burn welt. I could sue him like that old bitch did with the coffee. Also, that guy was like, I think I know you. Yeah, I'm like, I doubt it, bitch, is what I said.
Do you control fire?
I'd be like, what is happening? there's no reason that anyone should say that I could control fire. That's still fucking me up. You know what's kind of fucked up though too, that like getting hit on by like, I'm pretty sure a religious gay guy, kind of, I feel like that bumped up the numbers too. For me. I don't know if women feel the same way. I don't know what women can bitch about with all that cat calling, dude. I kind of liked it.
Well, the problem is it's too much, see, for women. Guys don't get it enough.
Oh, I'm starved. Yeah, I see.
Yo! Let's go to Cane's, bro! Let's go to Cane's! I fucking love Cane's!
Raising Cane's? More like raising this big fat because I'm excited. Don't put that in. Oh my God, she is hot as shit. Tony what? Tony Bredinger? God damn, dude.
She can Bredinger my cock.
It must be very difficult being you, dude. I also like that they say that that's what they're calling it, the Caniac combo. That's pretty good.
Hey, Andy, hey, what's up, chicken today?
Can I do the just a chicken sandwich with no lettuce or pickles or anything, and just a non-sweet tea? I don't know what kind of fucking riddle she threw at me, but that shit threw me off guard. I was like holding my laughter and shit. I couldn't handle it. Cluckety clue, chicken for you. How can I help you? I want to ask her, like, what did you say when I first rolled up? Cluckety bee, cluckety chew, chicken for you. I will say that Raising Cane's, they're making a big emphasis on chicken fingers and not their chicken sandwich. But I don't give a You're being judged for your chicken sandwich, dude. Oh, Andy's is over there. Andy's. Andy. Thanks. Have a good day. Oh shit, almost forgot about that. Thanks. Clickety clue, shibbity bow. There's chicken sauce on my camel toe. Oh my God, I'm gonna pull up so I can get an even better view. Oh, mamma mia.
Dinner, drink, and a scenic view.
Yeah.
Scenic view.
Oh, look at this. Harry. It comes in a... Yeah, son of a bitch. Is this just fucking 3? I think it's just 3 chicken strip fingers.
Oh, it's one of those, yeah.
Does this even fucking count? This thing is a bit of a monster, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, hold on a second, because I kind of fuck with that heavy. Damn, the sauce is where it's at, dude. I think the chicken's good too. Damn. I'm gonna say it now because I'm just shooting from the hip off that first deal. That's up. That's good. I'm putting it at 2.
Doesn't beat Chick-fil-A?
No, but that is fucking good, and that sauce is good. Get in there, Nick.
No movement has happened yet.
Oh wow. He just had the whole sandwich just fall apart because he has to be just so fucking special every time. The whole sandwich collapsed. You got all kinds of dribble over your fucking lips and stuff. My God. God, let me hold this. Hey, you like that, dude? What does it feel like having this, being recorded like this, dude?
Sauce is good. I like the sauce.
The sauce is f***ed up. The sauce is f***ed up, the dude.
Wow, the sandwich was $7.19 by itself.
It's fucking expensive. I would probably gladly pay $7 for that though. It's a pretty fucking big sandwich. I feel like I might even enjoy that sauce more than I enjoy Chick-fil-A sauce. The butter.
Oh, there's Whataburger too if you want to get.
Oh wait, you're right.
Do we have Whataburger on our list? God, I hate Whataburger so fucking much. God, you know what? You're making me reconsider my one spot with fucking Raising Cane's.
Wada wings. Wada.
It was
I'm begging you, dude.
between you and your fucking TikTok sounds coming out of your pocket.
Hey man, can I just get the number 10 chicken sandwich with none of the veggies on it? $6.59. These chicken sandwiches, dude. God damn.
I feel like I've seen your face before. Are you famous or something?
Maybe a little.
On YouTube?
Yeah.
Really? What is it?
Markiplier.
No way.
What's up, bro?
I was gonna say.
Right on, bro. Take care.
I really was hoping a fire comment coming out of him.
What if he just said, are you Avatar the Last Airbender?
Are you Prince Zuko? You wouldn't have oh God. I'll tell you another video we should do is the teas. Raising Cane's tea so far. Here's our B story, dude. The tea reviews, because I've gotten tea at like almost all of these. I've been drinking so much tea. Raising Cane's tea is dog shit. We're not in final placements yet or anything, but I'm still trying to see if I'm putting that at number 1. That sauce is fucking unbelievable. Really good stuff. But I want to dock it points because it's not just one big piece of chicken. It's like a little chicken finger thing, which is like, if I wanted chicken fingers, I know where to go, but I feel a bit like betrayed where I feel like someone got one over on me, where it's like you just put a bunch of chicken fingers in a bun. Wow, fucking no.
Sorry.
Hey! All right, bro, take care.
Oh, hey, there we go. We're devolving.
Devolving? I think we're evolving. I appreciate a nice wrap. Don't give me the fucking bag inside of a bag, dude. All right, first off, presentation is bad, dude. Look at that cummy fucking mess, dude. Jesus Christ. Let me check this shit right here. I'm gathering my thoughts. Damn. Like, you know,
Is that like a honey mustard sauce?
it's almost like a honey mustard kind of thing.
I smell hot dog.
Dude, I don't like. Learn how to gauge your fucking thoughts, dude. Filter your thoughts. God, see, now he said that, and now I'm starting to smell hot dog too.
Hot dog, yeah. That's
Did you taste the hot dog too?
I'm tasting it now.
You motherfucker. He's been a little fucking sneaky with that stuff. I swear to God. You keep fucking with my reality, dude. Jesus Christ. I'm landing on above McDonald's. I don't know if it's as good as the other.
It should be above Wendy's.
It's above Wendy's and McDonald's is what I'm saying. What do we have McDonald's at? 5? I'd probably put it at 5 right now and then shift everything underneath it down 1.
Oh, hot.
Are you saying it's hot? You realize that these are deep fried pieces of, like, yeah, they're gonna be fucking, God, you look like a chimp when you eat. The hot dog comments actually got me fucking questioning that too now. I'm putting it at, leave everything as it was, and then I'm gonna put Whataburger at 6. It's above Wendy's, but it's below the McCrispy.
I think that's fair.
I think that feels fair.
Is it the bun? The bun's making it taste like a hot dog?
I think the bun is not good, but you know what I think? It's like the actual meat of the chicken I feel like tastes more like a hot dog. I also wasn't too terribly impressed with the sauce either. It's like a honey mustard kind of thing.
You settled at putting Raising Cane's at 3.
You know what? I'll leave it there. I do think because it isn't one solid piece of chicken, I think that it does need to have points deduced. If it was, it would be probably a huge contender for number 1 right now. But still, I think the idea, the philosophical nature of what a chicken sandwich needs to be, I still think Chick-fil-A exhibits all the things I want. You know what I was gonna say too about the Popeyes thing I was gonna say earlier? Whenever I bite into it, I can feel like the skin like peel off of it. I didn't like that. I don't mind that with fried chicken, whatever, that way, but on a chicken, I didn't care for it. I'm not gonna go back through all those bags and retry shit, but
1 bite.
I hate when you bring up that stupid barstool fucking thing. Everybody knows the rules, and every time he's like, after I ate that Whataburger sandwich, I was gonna be like, my breath smells like shit. Which it's a collection of things. I'm not putting it all on them, but it was very apparent after I had yeah. Choking on my burp. I thought I was gonna throw up for a second. I was like, holy shit. I just projectile vomited while I was driving. All over. It's been a battle right now. All of them are pretty close. Also, a homosexual man, I'm pretty sure, wanted to have sex with me in the Chick-fil-A drive-thru. And that built my confidence up.
Yeah, no, that's gonna stick with you.
I've gotten hitting on many gay men. It's very flattering.
All right, here we go. Nick again has to make it about himself.
Pulled up from out of the darkness and showed the light.
Well, it's the Colonel's turn now. We gotta have the Colonel get into the mix because he's the master proprietor of the fried chicken down there.
Can I do the classic chicken sandwich, just the sandwich with no pickles and a regular sweet tea? I'm running out of cup holders. Thank you.
Wait a minute. You look familiar.
Shut the f. God. $4.99, one of the cheaper options. Thanks.
Oh, God damn.
Fuck running in place, I never do that.
It's really dry. Also, I don't know what the f that is.
Maybe rotate that chicken around.
We'll go and rotate that chicken down there.
Just ignore that. Ignore that black part.
Oh, God damn it. 10. 10 all day. God, what the f even was that on? Oh my God. That's a 10.
That's a 10.
Dry with this much sauce?
Yeah.
Going back to back with hot dog sandwich and then that.
Oh God. That sweet tea is, try that.
I'm gonna do the no drink challenge.
Here I am in your life.
The big debate over chicken fingers is Zaxby's versus Raising Cane, so I'm kind of curious.
Zaxby's is in the conversation.
That's what they say. Oh God, you're so beautiful. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Zaxby's, dude, I'm not gonna lie. I've heard a lot of good things, so if this doesn't fucking hold up, then I don't know. I might be overhyping it in my head. I need to get out of that realm of thought. You know what? I'll say it. I don't like Breaking Benjamin. No. I'll say it.
You don't like the Diary of the Jane, or
Diary of the Jane? You're gonna look me right in the eyes and say you don't like Diary of the Jane. Okay. I hated that. I fucking hated. I will not bow. I will not break. I will never will away. I should have ran that fucking woman off the road, because no woman should be allowed to drive. Can we just go ahead and put that out there? Sprechen Sie Deutsch, ja, ja.
Nein.
Yeah, sprechen Sie Deutsch? Nein, nein. They're trying to be as like easygoing as possible. Nine, I don't speak this. Please don't make me. I chortle my rufflecopter. Okay, first off, I don't like the license plate, period.
oh yeah.
I don't use tampons, but I put a cup in my pussy and I have to dump it out when I take a shower. I put on that song Murder on the Dance Floor, because that's what it looks like, and I hop around and I dance all night in my shower. I take my head and shoulders and I squirt it in my hand and I slam it over my hand. And the suds, they fly everywhere. Period. I have a cognitive learning disability. Period. Can I just do the signature chicken sandwich with no pickles? Thanks, dude. God damn, this is a fucking medium drink. I'd hate to see what a large looks like, period. $6.29. Wow, we're kind of getting a panic attack looking at the amount of shit on this bag, dude. Good God. Oh, that is soggy.
Oh.
Oh, this has breading on it. I thought it was grilled. At least I think.
Yeah, no, it is. That kind of looked like a fish fillet.
Yeah, that looked not like a chicken sandwich.
I don't think this is cooked.
Really?
I don't know.
It kind of looks cooked. It's sus. That's pretty sus.
Just take a bite of it and you can spit it in the bag. Isn't that You take a bite.
That crunch.
I'm gonna take a small bite.
No, you gotta take a big. You've been taking a big bite the entire time. You gotta do it here too, dude.
It's either like tendons. It's very.
Oh.
That's good.
Isn't that horrible?
That's not good food.
There's no way we got a new 10.
That's a 10. Pure spit.
Well, yeah, given the fact that none of us actually swallowed the bite, that's got us a 10.
That's a 10. Zaxby's.
Wow.
That is. Oh my God.
That's not
Christ.
good chicken.
If it's crunching like an apple, no, it's not good chicken.
Dude, I bit into it. I thought it was biting like a vein or something.
Yeah.
Like it felt like almost raw chicken or something. That was. Oh my God. I can't believe it. KFC was, the Colonel's like, oh, thank the heavens, nah. I thought it was fish.
It looked like a fish.
It looked like a fish fillet. Yeah, that was dog water.
Hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper.
Burger King time, dude. Also, this place is right next door to the magic shop that I like, so you best believe I'm about to ready to get some sealed boxes too, y'all. Don't record me anymore. Just joking. Can I do your number 6 just sandwich with no lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, onions, any of that?
You want the royal sauce?
Sure. He was like, you want that royal sauce? Hell yeah, I want that royal sauce. You want that fucking royal sauce, bitch? Shit. What you want, bitch? Shit. Welcome to Burger King. Thanks, bro. Have a good one. It is $5.59 before tax. We're right by the magic place. We just can go in and get a couple new boxes of the set. I'm gonna call my baby. She's gonna be so fucking later.
You got Outlaws of Thunder Junction? Oh, fuck!
Here's what I'm gonna do. This is how I'm gonna judge this one, dude. If I like the sandwich, I'm gonna get 2 boxes of the new set. If I don't like it, I'm only gonna get 1 box. So that's how you're gonna see me come out. This is kind of a nice fucking chicken sandwich. Let me see that shit though.
Royal sauce.
What'd you get?
I sat there and they're like, we're out of play boosters. So I said, just give me the
fucking collectors, bro. That chicken sandwich was good.
It was. I liked it.
What's bad? Nick didn't like it?
He was saying.
What the f did you not like about it, Nick?
I felt like the chicken, something with the chicken, like mushy, a little mush.
I think he's just delusional as hell. It's not perfect. I would never claim it's perfect. I would say that's above McDonald's.
I would agree.
I would move everything down 1 and put Burger King at 5 then. Because I don't think it's better than Popeyes. That feels pretty accurate to me so far. Hey cab! Hey cab! No, I'm kidding. I'm leaning my head out the window. Hey cab! Hey cab!
When Sonic pull up to the drive-thru, they're bringing some of that Galaxy Goo Walk in the slushy cup on roller skates, motherfucker.
We're at the last stop, which is Sonic. It's been a pretty even battle. There's been some obvious losers. Zaxby, 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 Zaxby. I can already tell you right now, do not fucking go to Zaxby's. That shit was unbelievable. Really, the big turn up right now is like the middle playing field is kind of being resituated, but even in my mind, Chick-fil-A, Raising Cane's, and Popeyes are kind of a very divisive power struggle happening right now in my head. The demons won't stop yelling. Can I do the crispy chicken sandwich without the lettuce? A small cherry limeade. Nope, that'll do it. Your eyes, your hair, it reminds me of fire. Thank you so much, baby.
Have a lovely day.
Take care. I will say, Sonic, if you're just wanting like a nice drink, I f with a nice slushie from Sonic, dude. Okay, first off, I asked for no pickles, didn't I?
Yeah.
I'm so happy I don't have to eat any more chicken, dude.
It's a hot one. Oh, it's burning my finger.
He's gonna burn his mouth again. I can tell you're trying to hold back your pain. The question I'm asking myself right now is, did I like it better than McDonald's sandwich? I don't think I did, but I think it's better than Wendy's. Chick-fil-A, the bun was better. I was hit on, and a gay man wanted to f me by saying that I radiated fire.
You look like you would like control fire if you had like a superpower.
That was pretty cool. Raising Cane's, on the other hand, though, the woman that said her jingle was so depressed that I think that pole vaulted my day it made it even more positive. And then the sandwich is f***ing amazing, and the sauce at Raising Cane's, I would say, is probably better than Chick-fil-A sauce. I just want to put that out there. Popeyes, the f***ing thing with Popeyes is like, if it was a spicy chicken sandwich, I feel like it might have been different. I think it's a mid chicken sandwich, if I'm just being completely honest myself. I'm gonna go through and just do 1 through 10 right now. Dead last, we have Zaxby's. I mean, I can't even f***ing fathom that. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's truly remarkable that a chicken sandwich could look like a fish fillet. That is crazy. All you have to do is, like, the breading of a chicken sandwich is kind of ripply. A fish fillet is smooth. Just add some fucking ripple to your batter or whatever. At least give us a chance to think that we're gonna get something good. But who knows? That could have been a bad batch. That little motherfucker at the window looked like he was having a bad day. I mean, he looked like he was straight up angry. I didn't even make eye contact with him. I didn't want to rile him up, dude. A little chihuahua.
You should have told me your Markiplier.
I should have told him like I was Markiplier. I didn't, but you know, what do you do? 9 easily KFC. I mean, it was like fucking burnt. It was covered in sauce, but it was still dry at the same time. It was like a Houdini act or something. I thought like it was like a kind of like a magician. I don't know, but it was so burnt. And also when we were there, like boxes were fucking flying around the parking lot. It was just like, it was an odd vibe. Honestly, the Colonel is lucky we went to Zaxby's today, because that was 8. I would say Whataburger. Shout out the guy that worked there. He knew who I was, which I was Markiplier, so thank you for that. But he was cool. I'll say too, Whataburger is like one of the most overhyped. Out of like the big, like, oh, what's the best niche fast food burger, or not niche, but like not giant conglomerate. You know, like they say, Whataburger's in the same kind of boat as like In-N-Out in terms of how people talk about them. It's the worst one of all of those. I'll say it all day long. 8 also, it was weird. Nick, I don't trust him at all, because he says things and then he just like sways the universe. I really don't see how he's manipulative, but I will say, whenever we were eating it, I did get a taste of a hot dog. It was fucking odd. It was very odd. I didn't really think about it until he said that, like fucking worm tongue in my ear. So I put Whataburger at 8. I just overhyped. 7, I'd probably go Wendy's. Shout out that guy too at the register if you're watching this. And I understand the weird thing about, you know, he's like, I feel like I've seen you before. And I was like, I'm your dad. No, Wendy's, I don't know, it's like very forgettable. It wasn't like that offensively bad or anything, but it was just kind of like, it was okay. I think I remember just like the breading was fine, but the chicken was kind of like a letdown. I remember the chicken didn't taste as good. But they did have a little spruce of mayonnaise, so that was nice. 6, I would probably put Sonic. Once again, kind of middle of the road. It was whatever. I would would just say it was like a more competent Wendy's chicken sandwich. 5, we're going in at McDonald's. Weird thing about it is that it was probably aesthetically, besides Zaxby's, like, it looked like it was going to be very disappointing. Like, Zaxby's obviously not even the conversation, but it looks like it'd be really bad, but it tasted pretty good. So I don't know. It had the nice, weird, like, they try to make it look like it's actually chicken shape. Harry said it looked like the state of Texas. That kind of vibe. So it was okay. I actually like the bun. I like the way McDonald's does their buns. I like it. So that wasn't too bad. Coming in at number 4, I would do Burger King. I think Burger King was probably a better, out of like the burger / whatever, like we sell all kinds of shit, burgers and chicken sandwiches. I'd say Burger King had the best chicken sandwich. It wasn't too bad. Honestly, I went in thinking that it was gonna be pretty bad because I really don't fuck with Burger King. That's just me. But I thought it was nice. I thought it was a fair chicken sandwich. I wouldn't be opposed to having it again. I wouldn't go out of my way to get it though, which is I think fair for a number 4 spot, right? But let's get down to brass tacks, dude. The last 3. Coming in at the 3rd place podium, it's gotta be Popeyes. It's gotta be Popeyes for me. I think that it's a good chicken sandwich, guys. It's a good chicken sandwich. I think it is over fucking hyped. Here's the thing. Back in like 2018, 2019, when they announced the fucking thing, it was almost as if like every time you went to Popeyes, you get your sucked. People were saying it was that good. It's an above mid chicken sandwich that gets way too much praise. And if anything, because it was so kind of like lackluster and forgettable, I feel like I became more resentful towards it. And also, Nick sucks at so much too that it just, I can't even stand it. He has all these other gripes for other chicken sandwiches, but if it's Popeyes, it's just, there's nothing wrong with it. Even when I bring up some of the things about the breading or whatever, he agrees with me, but he still won't fucking budge. I hate him. Coming in at number 2, I'm going Chick-fil-A, which takes us to number 1, which is f***ed up because Raising Cane's is not even a chicken sandwich. It is chicken fingers they put on f***ing bread, but the chicken is really good. It's f***ing good chicken. The sauce is great. You could argue that some of these places, if you had sauce on it, it'd be different, but we just took it as they gave it to us. I didn't add anything. I didn't go to each one. I didn't add sauce to each one, so it's how they gave it to us, right? And I think that Chick-fil-A, it's f***ing up there. I'd eat Chick-fil-A every f***ing week if I could, but Raising Cane's, first time I've ever had it, that shit blew my... I about came. Also, they had the Terry Behringer cutout, and that was awesome. That chick's really fucking hot, don't tell my wife. But I was looking at her, and I was like, this is a beautiful woman. This is a goddess. And I feel like I'm in the right place, is kind of what I thought the whole time. Also, the weird poetry rhyme thing that the very unimpressed, dead inside woman said at the window, that boosted me up a lot as well. So, I don't know. That's my list. I'm sticking to it. If you don't agree, I don't give a fuck. I hope you all rot in hell. I don't care about any of your opinions, but I like when you click on my videos because it gives me money. That's probably a rude thing to say. I'm Markiplier, and this has been my chicken review. Thank you so much for watching today. Bye-bye. Why are you holding it like that?
It's easier to see.
Hey, what's up, chicken today?